Good evening! Welcome into the AEL University Elite Series here for CS2! And who's going to bring it to you? It's Metzi and Emperor ZK! Welcome,
Uh,
welcome.
it's that time again, isn't it, Metzi? It is time to get all the heated action going on. But before we do go into that, don't we have someone to thank?
It's time to thank AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. But, Emp, who else must we thank?
We have Indomie, the noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Mega Rain will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Big shout out to both of our sponsors. Always there, always bringing out the goods. You know them, we love them. You know what else we love? Checking out how things are going. It's our standings. UTS on top, 5-1. Following up is UNSW and USID, 4-2. Close competition there. Speaking of close competition, it's all tied up towards the middle and the bottom of the pack. We got 3 for 3 on Monash, UOM, Adelaide, RMIT, 2-4 there. The only team that is fully eliminated is Swinburne at the moment. They have no hope to make it through to the playoffs, but every other team still has a chance. So it is hot competition tonight. Speaking of tonight, Emp, what's going down?
Well, 7 p.m. is going to be UAM versus Adelaide University, followed by UNSW versus RMIT. 9 p.m. UTS versus Swinburne, and of course, the finale, Monash versus UC at 10.
That's it. That's what you like to see. Plenty of great games on their way, and eager to see how things shape up as we look at our standings once again here. Just showcasing how things have really gone down through the season, and eager to see how things turn out, you know, heading towards the final stages here. Who's going to be able to lock things down on that 4th place, 3rd place even? It's definitely going to be tough to call who's going to be able to push on in this one, and very eager to see how it all plays out in the end. I think that all these teams have got a lot of potential behind them, and maybe we could see a lot of negatives too.
We always love to see a little bit of negative. So we're looking at the RMIT match, definitely. But obviously, if we just look at what we're going to be getting on our first match, it's going to be really nice. But more than anything else, right? If we try to really explain what the aftermath is going to be tonight, let's just put it like this, right? If upsets happen or if unspeakable things happen, we could just have a lot of ties coming up. And obviously, we'll have to go through round differentials and how they perform throughout the weeks. But of course, if we do go to tonight, the first one up, UAM against Adelaide University. And this one will actually make or break with the team on UAM here. So it'll be quite interesting to see what they're going to be bringing.
I don't know about what they're going to be bringing, but I do know who they're going to be bringing. It's Beaver, Attila, Alkaid, Luke, Ongees, Jun for UOM. For Adelaide University, it's Doom, Shug, Crash, Uzdai, and Spec. Coming here live once again, and no changes there. Both these rosters are amped up and ready to get down to business here. Very keen to see who's going to be able to come out on top and who's going to choose what kind of map. And saying this to the teams now, I sincerely pray that no one picks Ancient. Please do not pick Ancient. Please.
Oh, well, that settlement it's always going to be something that we're going to be desperately wishing for every single week. The less ancient that we have, the better it is. And of course, between UAM and Adelaide, now that we are getting things down here, I think this clash is going to be rather good. We have expressed a lot of opinions on different kind of maps, but obviously throughout the whole series, we've seen a ton of ancient where everyone already took in what they have. They already have showed us exactly what kind of experience they do have. But I think now is where people are starting to show a little bit more, right? If you are looking at the videos that's going to be brought up, we do have the ban on Nuke, Mirage, Ancient, yes, Inferno, Trang, and Anubis. So we start with Dust 2, and that is a pleasant surprise.
Absolutely. Great to see the night kicking off with a bang there. Dust 2, a great one to start with there. The El Clasico, and eager to see how it's all going to go down here. I think both teams pumped up, ready to give it their best, and ready to bless our screens with some exciting times ahead of us here, Amp, and eager to see exactly what's going to be on its way through here. And curious, I suppose, of the momentum that this matchup is going to bring. You know, what kind of pacing they want to go for, whether it's a quick endeavor or whether it's more drawn out, you know, more throwing jabs rather than trying to go for the full uppercut KO. Like, it's definitely something to ponder on. But ponder no longer. We are in as to the knife round.
All right. I guess we will just have one of those really really fast. So, talking about fast, it's 3-on-1 in favor of UOM, and we're seeing all the more crazier, but I think UOM has been a rather stable team that has all the strats towards the basics. You know, just stick to the traditional standard. And so UOM will be on the CT. They have elected to let Adelaide take the first jab at it. So obviously, if we're talking about boxing terms, and then if we do get a few of the jabs in it, right? What's gonna be the best one? Are you a traditionalist or are you a southpaw? Tell me, Matty.
I reckon we could go for the Dempsey roll, Amp, you know? I hope you got that reference.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, but hey, look, you know, we already got Adelaide evading B, getting a nice tap, but Beaver's gonna quickly take one here. Shug and Luke 1Gs both going down, but the bomb has already been planted, which guarantees a little bit more economy. And that's a really fast retake from UOM. And hey, look, you know, it is a really fast round for the beginning. They both get the objective, but the kills definitely favor more towards UOM. It means that they will have a little bit more utility if they choose to, or if, you know, all the good things that we like to see in CS is right here.
Yeah, right here, right now, and they are going to be able to take that first round in their favor. So going to be good to get some weapons on the board here, UOM. Looking pretty solid. We'll see what Adelaide can bring out in response here. We got pistols for days. Let's see. They are going to be able to lay things down on the side or not. Taking it pretty slow for now. They're just setting up in mid there. See if anyone's going to be trying to push closely into them. The closest is Al-Qaeda right now, and they're already falling off immediately. That's what they were playing for. An aggressive first stand there, and they don't need to give any more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of guns does get invested from UOM. They will quickly crash this one. And Adelaide, being very brave here, Luke 1G is going to be the first one to spot this one now. Gets a little bit of a lineup, but it's going to get traded instead. Spec, meanwhile, does have a little bit more. Galkai gets taken out. That is a gun that could be eventually just donated here. So Shug just having a look. And Doom is going to be taken care of. So Shug has to go. Yeah, he's going to provide the cover. Trying to get that entry here. Beaver is going to quickly fall off. Knows that this is just going to be a screen. Waiting and checking. Buying a little bit more. And that's the gun gone. Now after Shug, it's a nice tap to the head. And we love to see it 2-on-1. He needs to get everything else. But without info, that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, not going to be happening. Not this time around. And we'll see how things go. Heading in, it's around number 3 now. As we do have both teams on weapons this time. AK's out in force. A good util from Adelaide as well. We'll see how they are going to be able to shape up, though. Big presence on A long here. CT's one and the same. Do have a couple of players committed there. Looking to push out fire. The T's are caught in it. And this is working out wonderfully. They rip up the floor. It's kills galore. Shug, the last one standing now, does get spotted out, taking damage down mid. Al-Qaeda getting some good jabs in there, and the CT's already bouncing out long there. They don't manage to trade one another. Shug just styling on it right now. Flash coming through there. We'll see if they can manage to fly through it. The CTs hold their ground. Ooh, do get a shot through bedroom there. Pushing in, and that's going to be it. Jun finds the shot and locks it down. What a round there, Emp. What do you think of that one?
I'm a little bit confused. Like, UOM had a great little bit of a start, you know, floors, lava, and then they were all converting, right? As soon as they knew the final member was locked down, they all ran for the AK, but then they couldn't secure it. So I'm a little bit perplexed about that kind of a play. Felt like a little bit of a misfortune that's come out for them. But in the meantime, UOM locking down is still rather strong, right? They were still able to take 2 AKs, which means that this is an extra bonus that they just get to convert because this is another eco. Resetting Adelaide, UOM should have no problem trying to just completely just choking out the players from Adelaide. They don't get entry without paying a big price. Spec and Crash is going to quickly take a little bit of damage. And they're just going to be staring at this aiming squad here. So unless they pop their heads, which they do see, but because it's just a tiny pixel, like, it's a lot of work to be done, and Spec instantly gets pushed out.
Yeah, instantly going to be pushed out there, and we'll see if they can manage to find anything else here as Adelaide just hold patiently on towards short there on catwalk, just waiting to see if anyone's going to be poking towards mid there. But the CTs are playing a very patient game right now. Time's only going to be against the T's at this point. They need to use what limited util they have to try and execute a site here. Go straight for a short plan if they can get some kills. They are pondering on it now. CT's are ready. Beaver and Goose there does have their teammate up towards ramp as well. Flash going to be over the top there. They can peek into it, try and shut them down. Here we go. Jeez. Times in. Beaver does one in the same. Good for multiple executions there. And that's going to be site taken. Adelaide can get the bomb.
Oh, well, I guess Hazard's just going to be left here. Oh, maybe taking another one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was actually thinking maybe it just won't beat the execution that they were looking for because the flash was insane. That flash was actually, I thought it was the greatest angle, but then it didn't really work out towards it. And while they did get the exchanges, you know, in this kind of a matchup, you really want to deny Adelaide to getting that many kills, and especially a plant. Like, say for example, if you take one down, get a plant, that's a good trade. But then right after, you know, if you give up 3 and then you give a plant, I consider that a win on the side of Adelaide. So UOM knows that they need to have a little bit more suppression. Attila, first one up with the AWP. This is the one. We'll see if he's already warmed up, ready to go. He is their sharpshooter, being very stable here throughout the weeks. And that first shot, I think I sort of cursed him, and he does not get that shot.
Yeah, doesn't get the shot this time. Might be able to lock it in next time, though. Luke 1G's already in unders right now. T's not pushing any deeper yet. But if they do, be in for a world of problems. There it is. The problems start, and they might even get even deeper in a second. Luke 1G's caught out, though. Pincer maneuver. They shut him out. Al-Qaeda. Oh, my gosh. What a position. They're caught by surprise by the player deeper through, and they do allow their teammate on Xbox to pull ahead. So, Adelaide now going to be in front in the player count.
A very surprising situation. Luke 1G's had a really good one. Doom, though, doesn't die just yet, but Attila knows that there is that heavy damage. There is the run out, the full execution. Nice little bit of a separation play, but Beaver gets taken down here. Reduced down to a 2v2. And this is still the side. This is going to be completely locked down. Shark gets caught off. He wanted to rejoin his team, but Spec at least is going to be able to secure some extra economy. Meanwhile, if he does anything more, that would have been great. But Attila, I think he's okay now, right? Like, he was able to get at least 3 shots down, 2 kills. He will take that one. Because in the beginning, Adelaide, I think it all went crashing down because of Luke 1G's instantly taking out, knows control, knows where the bomb is, and then started pivoting towards. But then UOM get punished for trying to overstep a little bit more, playing and then getting cutting off with all the smokes behind him. It made it a little bit more impossible for them to react until in the end. So yeah, it's a nice little good run from UOM.
We'll see if they are going to be able to take it one step further into round 6 now as well. Built up a bit of a hot streak. Shark already delivering good force through there. Allows a lot more presence in towards long here. They do have Attila to worry about with the AWP downtown. Junwon in the same. Util in hand, ready to dish out some fire. And they are going to be bringing it out, holding back for a second. Just trying to delay these T's here. Gun. Ooh. Holding. Let's take a bit of punishment there, but doesn't mean they're out of promise. Speaking of promise, the CTs do find 2 pieces. So, they're going to be on top of things for now, but maybe not for long. Oh, I spoke too soon. Chug is down. Everybody's falling down right now, Em.
That is starting to look a little bit more worse. Spec also not connecting the shots. And while you did have a little bit of agency in the beginning from Adelaide, you just all came crumbling down. Like you had everyone in place, had the numbers advantage, and then you're trying to push separately. It's just, once again, getting caught out in mid, and then once you get caught in mid, it bought too much area for Attila, and he's happy to keep on sniping away. Having some of the angles just being completely cut off, it's a rough one, but then overstaying a long, it was just a complete deficit. Al-Qaeda, meanwhile, sees a whole bunch. They are going to trade UTO, and he will take that one because it means that there's no fast play. Adelaide sort of on a little bit of a desperation move here. It is a force. They definitely need to get something done right here, but a lot of noises is being made, and June knows exactly how to cut him off. So this buys a ton of time and a ton of room to move, though this is a little bit serious. So Shug will take BkWhatOCE down quickly.
Quickly, they certainly will, and it might get even more hasty in a second. Holding back towards the stairs there, open up in upper tunnels, and they will be able to escape. So, backing off towards short now, do have the CT ready and waiting outside double doors as well. Jun could be overwhelmed if the T's divert their attention, but they don't realize he's around the corner. If the T's execute on A, though, Jun might be able to wrap it back real quick and help out. Bieber holding ramp right now. Jun holding back as well. There's the util coming through, so Jun probably going to be rotating very quickly here. Does get the spot up towards Goose, but see you later. Jun at least able to trade it out. Al-Qaeda one in the same up long there. Will be traded one in the same, however, again. And it's a 2v2 situation now. Big headshot coming through, taking a lot of damage, though. Attila needs to try and jump in to help as well. Just kind of taking their time here, holding back. And with that, their teammate's going to be gone. I don't know if they should go for this or whether they should just hold it back and save. As the time's running away from them, they're pondering on their options. And it looks like they are not going to execute onto this one. They're going to save that AWP and live to fight another day. But as a result, it's going to be Adelaide taking their first round here.
They will take it. Adelaide definitely was looking a little bit too shy right here, but they did, in the beginning, trade that utility, and then it felt like they were just being completely, I guess, guided towards the destination. It's like, you can't go through A long, you can't go through double doors, we're going to smoke you completely out. But then BkWhatOCE pushed out a little bit more quicker, trying to get more info. And then having him being connected in the beginning, it meant that there was just too much focus onto that mid, and then right after, when everyone was trying to focus upon it, they got punished. And now Adelaide does just have a little bit of advantage, but it's not enough of guns. They need a little bit more, because 6 straight loss, obviously all the bonuses now gone, 2 players on the Mac, and I think Adelaide probably one of the better teams here with the Max, and they have been really good with it. Not gonna really fault them, but at the same time, it's still that disadvantage. Going to UM, here comes the push. They are going to be lined up. Al-Qaeda takes 2, and they know there's a whole bunch of them trying to clear all that vision, trying to get a little bit more done. Adelaide, though, says, quickly, let's get the objective done. Don't want to be taking way too much onto the damage. Shark was quickly camping out the hole, and June rejoins his team. It is going to be the retake 4-3. Gotta be careful what's going to be behind you, Spec.
Yeah, gonna have to be very careful, aren't they? As already things kicking off again here. Ooh, getting closer and closer. T's trying to overwhelm there. BkWhatOCE is ready and waiting, pressing in with the USB. Time is against them. Oh, big shot. There's still more to be done. No way. It's going down to the wire. Surely, surely not. Oh! Crash gets it done against all odds. Adelaide are in front there and will take their second round.
That was a beautiful, beautiful defense from Adelaide. it felt like, you know, things were about to start and disaster was definitely going to strike. But then played very smartly, readied up, and just said, let's throw all our bodies at the side and do our best. There's no way we're going to be able to make it in, but they'll definitely take up the round. And now with all the guns in the world, UOM being reset on the eco has a little bit of a dream right now. And the eco round, they are gonna get the first bit of damage. Crash, he is trapped right now. They want him. They say, give me that gun, give me a little bit more. Trying to do some more, trying to collect that, but it's gonna be denied by Shock and Spec. Meanwhile, there is gonna be the rewrap. Oh no, losing way too many guns here. Too many people are being dropped. That's not what you want to see. Okay, Doom is going to be able to take Beaver down, but it's a one-on-one. Luke 1Gs gets a choice, and the AK in his hand with Doom. What a game this is. They know exactly what's going to happen right now. And UOM in a commanding position to be taking Doom down. He has no choice but to walk up, trying to get something, and he can see a whole bunch of angles, but no one there. Luke 1G is just waiting. Might just pop out really soon. Here we go.
And there it is. Dropped down. And Doom will fall. So, UOM are going to be able to lock in not just the round, they're also going to lock in the half with that one. So, at a minimum, they'll be able to pull ahead in the end of the half by one round. Every round their forward is going to only further attribute towards their victory at the end of the half here. But we'll see. It's going to be in store in reality now as the T is big focus to the upper tunnels there, leaving one down at Death Alley as well. Chucking that mid smoke down. TTs have put one of their own, so big zoning towards mid there. T's gonna creep through, but don't opt to tread towards mid just yet. Getting things out in case the CTs push out a bit more util / suppressive fire there. So their patience certainly being tested.
Having a little bit of patience, I guess, is going to be okay. The thing is, you got to be a little bit weary. Beaver's on an AWP right now, so there's still a ton of firing power. Meanwhile, Adelaide haven't really decided to do too much altogether. They are still just waiting through the double doors. They are trying to take control of this mid. Meanwhile, the smoke is good. Does give a little bit of a cover, but where you do have the cover is still a ton of information going through to UOM. And now they are going to have the rotation. Beaver, oh no, gets denied by Shock, and that is an excellent entry. And as they are going to be working onto this, June's going to be cut off from his team, looking for some heads to be tapping. He does do a nice job of it. Does he get any kills here? Yes, he does. He gets another one. That could just be the defense that they were looking for. Still trying to look at the last one. So many things are happening. But UOM looking up, and June is the one to make it happen.
Make it work, and they make it work well. Trade coming out up top, though. It's going to be the defuse on its way through. Just snappy with it. So they want to go chop chop and get through into the next round there. And UOM solidify their position one more time now. Up to 8 rounds in their favor. 2 more rounds to go. We could see, potentially, 10-2. We could see 8-4, 9-3. A few possibilities over the top here, and we'll see if Adelaide can look to deliver, because at the moment they're on struggle street. It doesn't mean it's a far-reaching dream. There's still hope for them. And the A site looking to be that light this time, pushing straight out of bedroom there, but they're going to be caught. Poor Doom, isolated from their teammates thanks to the use of that utility, and that's already up by 1 for UOM. So just capitalizing on isolating these engagements one by one, trying to do it again. Attila in a bit of trouble though, forced to flash out, see if they can catch someone off guard there, but getting a little too overzealous. He will be overwhelmed again. Beaver 2, it's all unraveling. Well, maybe not for long. The CT is taking a bit of control back. A nice backstab here. Al-Qaid delivers.
What should have been Adelaide's aggression gets completely taken out. They were able to find the initial kills, but then right after they played into a 3-way crossfire. Nothing else that they can do. Spec, meanwhile, quickly fights his way out, knows that he can't really run just yet. Now he's going to do the courageous thing, and that is to walk back. Oh my god, can he do this? Jiggling through, does have the angle. He's going to be going through, nice! Now Spec does have an angle. Triple kill to his name. He does quickly just play this. He can just play to perfection. Now he is going to be waiting for the timer. Might just be looking to jump across the box here. Like this could be the one. If he jumps through here, it does have more than enough time to plant. And that's exactly the perfection IQ stuff that you want to expect from your plant. All right, Spec. One opportunity to quickly close this one out. And he's going to be given that correctly. And now Luke 1Gs is going to have to be fighting this one. Let's see if he gets the drop.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to be able to do it. Granted, all they need is honestly one nade. And if you look to Luke 1G's inventory, they have that nade. But the angle they're approaching from might make it a bit impossible. Foot spotted. Oh my gosh! 1 HP! Ebb, 1 HP! They're just shaking it up right now. Crazy. I can't believe that. That is insane. But Adelaide, they're going to be absolutely wrapped with that. They will be able to pull ahead, shaking things up for themselves this time. And now one more round and a half. Will it be UOM's round or will it be Adelaide University? Adelaide already getting some good damage out.
Oh, we know what's happening right now because there is going to be the mid invade. There is going to be a shot onto Has die. They weren't expecting it, but there will be some guns. UOM, although they are sort of ecoing out, they can still afford the most basic necessities. Meanwhile, this is one of the most aggressive plays Adelaide has done just yet. They are very, very fast in the timing, and that is some nice little bit of info giving over. Attila doesn't really hit too much, so he gets taken down. There is going to be the trade with Doom. Beaver onto the side. This could be a big kill, but through the smoke sees nothing. Oh man, that also could have been a headshot, but Beaver gets taken down. There is going to be the plan as well. It's a 2v2. Luke 1G's unchecked here. Crash. He's here to play, but he gets beamed. And there is the revenge from the last round. And I tell you what, you will take the 9-3 from UOM. It could have been a lot more better, but then again, Adelaide has not been slouching at all. They have been playing their hearts out, so it is nice half.
Oh, yeah. It's feeling nice, feeling good for UOM right now. 9-3 in their favor. Going to be a grand start here, Amp, and we'll see just how things go down heading into the second half now. Will Adelaide come back, rise up, and manage to take control of this CT side? Is this going to be where they really lock in, Amp, or will it be the UOM show once again here? We find out as we get into the pistol. UOM stacking up a ton of util.
UOM right now, definitely not playing the traditional stack. They do know this is a much better way to be getting that info. Although, Arcade, getting a little bit of burn is self-inflicted, but it's going to be just fine. Doom, meanwhile, if he's looking at a bunch of smoke, not sure if he hears anything, but at the same time, he definitely is being denied information. And he might just be looking to take the bait. He's not too sure about it. Meanwhile, could just be a bad one. That timing was a little bit crazy from Attila, but it does drop at the same time, Al-Qaid. Okay, here's the play. June's going to quickly race out. They're going to quickly take Spec. They know the second is coming through, but look at this spread. They are just playing the next level. But Doom, he takes the first shot. There's going to be another one. There is going to be the 2v1, so they will eventually get the site. But Adelaide University, they thought everyone was coming at A, but all the forces was at B, and they are going to lock down the site. And this is the time for the retake. 2-on-2. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? What's going to go down here? Shots come out, and UOM deliver up for double digits, and they're in the driver's seat once again. A great way to kick things off here, and we'll see if they're going to be able to take it one step further, over and over again. As you can see, Adelaide realize it's desperate times, and they are going to be forcing into this one. this could help them, but it also could really hurt them. And we'll see what they're going to make of this one. UOM already spreading their reach around the map. Adelaide cut out from the underside of things there, so won't be able to go to lower tunnels this time. We'll have to wait things out a while longer. I like the calculated approach here from the T's as well. Crash ready around the corner for the man, but there we go, crashing into it, but it's an immediate trade there on both sides of the scale.
Yeah, you want to be trading up right now. Adelaide, you're forcing this round. It means that your guns aren't going to be coming up if you do drop. 4v3, they need to immediately find something. Oh, just hold on still. Play it 2-1. Play the body ratio. That's a nice one. Need a little bit more. Although the damage was there, there is no confirmed kills during our Attila taking a ton of damage. A little bit of suppression fire is going to be coming through. They want to get the objective down first, and that's going to be fine. Respected. 3v2. Now up to Shark and Has died. No info, no utilities. They just gonna have to raw trade and jump straight in and get anything done. It's a rough one. Shark might be able to pick up a gun right now, so he's gonna invest at least the final little bit of utility that he's gonna be getting. He's also gonna be scavenging for a little bit as well. Meanwhile, does pick an MP9 up, and you know what? Just have to go for it. So does he see anything? But they do see it, and there's gonna be the pop-up show, and now it's 1-on-3. Astai does get one, it's good for it, but that bomb is just gone. There's nothing you can do about it. And there is going to be the final kill onto Attila as well. Meanwhile, Beaver is going to be getting out with his AK, and Astai loses his gun anyway.
Yeah, going to be a shutdown there. So, the force up didn't really work out for the CTs. They're going to be all favoring UOM right now. And you're going to see what else they are going to venture forth towards, as it looks like Adelaide, they're just fighting for it again, forcing up every single round right now. And, like, sure, it might work, and it might not. And their economy could be in the bin when their opponent's on match point, so it's a tough one, Emp, a real tough one. But we'll see how things play out for them. CT's holding back this time. Do have a player playing close on long there. I like how they got a couple on B site. One mid there and one up short. So it's a very tight-knit setup. If one piece of it does get unraveled, though, then the T's have a much easier opening onto the sides. There we go. One opening, specs down. They could just rush it up short right now and get a plant. But they're not going for that. The big setup is towards B. And the rotation's already slightly in order. You see how one's mid now, the other one's wrapped over to the A site, so it's much more disengaged.
Oh, yikes. Mona, UOM, they're really playing this one, and they are just absolutely livid with the pressure. Those 3v3, they are going to have the side. They are going to be able to have the bomb down here. And so, utilities is going to be thrown all around from UOM. Adelaide is going to insert their own dominance if they can, and pretty much try to buy some more time. So, will anyone be checking Shug? Yes, there is. June's going to be the one. There can just be the pop-up. They do identify where there is. Shug also knows where he's going to be playing against. Now, Hastar is going to be the first one up. They are going to be able to trade, but Shug is gone, and that is everyone. It is disaster for Adelaide, but if you're on UOM, you're absolutely smiling because you know you have the advantages. You have the guns. All you have to do is lock one down in the next 9. It is the best possible place you can be at.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the place to be, and we'll see if Adelaide can manage to reach their way up out of the depths here. It's a tough one to follow. They can't all wallow in the losses. They're going to try and go for the W. Oh my god. Crashing onto the side. Al-Qaeda is on a tear right now. Single-handedly takes ownership of B, and their teammates are tearing it up on A as well. Nothing is working for the CTs right now. It's just a shooting gallery for Beaver and Co here. And just like that, Headshot City unravels that map, and it will be a triumphant victory for UOM there.
Yeah, I think towards the end, UOM just said, let's send it. Let's see what they've got. They're pretty much on broken buy. They don't have economy. If we do see anything, it's just going to be minimalistic. And they called it right. The rest of Adelaide, they didn't even prepare. They were just like, all right, let's quickly set up for our defenses. and then our card comes charging all the way through, and he even gets some adjustment shots, and then afterwards it was just a mop up. Absolute amazing work from UOM, securing that with 13-3 in a very convincing victory.
Absolutely. They definitely showed their stuff, didn't they? They managed to grit their teeth and really give us a show. And very keen to see what that turns into heading towards the end of the night. Because, yeah, they played super duper well there. The fact that they didn't allow rounds to really slip against Adelaide there too, just to really solidifies their position there. So definitely looking good at the moment, and keen to see how things go down. Keen to hear all about it very soon as well, Emp. Keen to hear all about it. But that was a fun one. You know, we were happy there was no Ancient, and Dust 2 certainly delivered like a very hasty matchup.
That's what we want, though, right? We want to
Yeah.
see much more fast-paced plays. We want to see people like ready to go and just show us exactly what kind of strategy that they are playing with. Credits to the side of Adelaide. They did come up, faced a ton of struggles in the beginning, losing 6 in a row before they finally locked something down. And then there was signs of life, although it was a struggle in vain at the end, because no matter how much they set up, it felt like they were constantly chasing ghosts in the end, where UOM just said, all right, we're going to be striking here, and then as soon as you think that we've got that side, we're actually on the opposite side of the map. It was just a ruse where we invested 2 of our players, and then the other 3 is already securing the side. We've already cleaned you up, and then you have to get there with nothing else left but your guns. And it's a rough one. We saw many times where Adelaide might have been able to recover it, but I guess we'll have to hear from the rest of UOM.
We sure will. Let's see what we're going to hear right now. Welcome in, Attila!
Hi guys. Oh, what a wonderful night.
Oh, you're telling me. Great game from you guys. Honestly, big confidence there. And I guess what were the comms like going into a match like that?
Well, we kind of told everyone how important this game is gonna be to us. If we win this, we make it to playoffs. If you don't, well, see you in open series. So everyone was very, very stressed, but at the same time, we were confident. Yeah.
Fair enough. Like, in the beginning, we were calling it. It could have been a very rough standings if you guys did drop the game. And of course, you're the first one up to snipe. I was actually very excited. And I was there going in the beginning of the map. I was like, all right, Attila's going to be the first one up onto the orb. And then you missed the first shot. And I was like, oh, hang on a second. Might need to wait a little bit. And then you convincingly, nailed the next 3. Like, how did your confidence build up in such a stressful manner?
Yeah, well, it's always stressful when you miss your off shot, but I have my teammates around me. I trust them. They trust me, and I know even if I, miss a few more, they'll probably still be there to save the day. But still, I, I guess I just said, okay, this is it. I have to lock in, and I hit a few shots. But overall, I think it's really down to my wonderful teammates that nailed that match. Yeah.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it? And that was definitely showcased very well there. And I suppose if you guys do make the playoffs, which team would you most look forward to playing against?
Well, I think the playoff is definitely gonna be very competitive. Well, to be honest, I guess seeing any of the teams, we're fine with it. Like, we're pretty confident. Like, we will definitely be training more for the playoffs if we do make it, which I think should be the case. But I mean, really, there are so many good teams, and it's just wonderful to play against them. It's great experience, and if we lose, it's fine. We will come back next season. It doesn't matter. We just want to have a good game, and that's it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, UON has been one of the teams that's actually risen up in recent seasons. We were able to see you guys improve over time. How do you guys feel that you've evolved over the last few seasons you've had as a team?
Yeah, well, we're actually quite, like, relatively speaking, we're quite a new team for this season. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, a lot of us had experience playing in AEL, but we've never played together as a team, like us five. So like, it's great to play with new people, and as we progress through the season, I guess this confidence just builds up inside the team. And we're like, okay, everyone in this team we're happy to work with. They're nice people. We're gonna nail this. Yep.
That's good. Definitely can see that synergy and cohesion really coming together there. And as a result, we got a big win tonight. So, yeah, once again, big congratulations to you guys on the victory. And hopefully, by the end of the night, we'll get a clearer picture of how things are going.
Yeah. Hopefully.
There you go. So good to hear all about that, Amp, and we love to see a bit of insight from our players there. You know, it's great to hear how energetic they're feeling. You know, and who knows who's going to make it to the playoffs at this point. We'll definitely have a clearer picture by the end of the night. So definitely stay tuned, everybody, for that one. But while we get things set up for the next match, we are going to head to a quick break. We will see you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series. Matt C and Empress EK coming back after an incredible first game, but we have a second game. It's going to be none other than the following. UNSW taking on RMIT, the Battle of the Negev. Will Lime be able to be prime form and take their team into the top? Let's find out, because Emp, who's playing tonight?
Representing UNSW, we have Agent, Huang, Cross, Gibbs, and Combo. On the side of RMIT, we have Lime, ICO, Astron, Venom, and Mushi. This is going to be one of those games where it's the battle of the legends, and it's going to be an absolute banger.
Oh, you know it, Emp. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be the banger and all the mash there. We are going to have a great time with this one, and very excited to see how these teams play here, who will be able to reign supreme over the battlefield of glory. But let's take a look. Which map is it going to be? It's not Ancient! Yes! It's Mirage! Thank you, teams! You've done it again! We're going 2 for 2 right now, Emp. We are having a great night. It's Mirage, not Ancient. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, players. You've done an absolute stellar job, and keen to see another stellar job on the server as well. Mirage, what a map to barge into.
Yeah, I think if we start with Dust 2 and then we'll go to Mirage, this is a CS night. This is a proper form that we're returning to. Both teams have been very strong when it comes down to map like Mirage. In the past, we're more traditionally accustomed to Vertigos, to Dust 2s, to Wild Picks from RMIT and UNSW. Is their respective little bit of a play and the strategy that they're used to. As we have the knife being kicked off, and I'm very excited that both teams are keen to just get this show on the road. And of course, if you have been checking AEL Elite Series for the last few seasons or even the last few weeks, you would know these guys mean business. And as they are trying to enforce a little bit of a standoff, there is going to be the CT spawn play, and that's going to be favoring the side of RMIT. As of now, Gibbs going to be the final one, but it's going to be RMIT winning it out. So they will get the first pick.
They sure will. The first pick through there, and we'll see what else is going to be on the horizon here. As we have UNSW going to be on the T side, RMIT on a CT. So both teams are going to be primed up and ready to go here. And let's see who's going to be taking the first kills. It's already UNSW set up with a little bit of util there. They got smoke, a couple of flashes, ready to crash in red hot here. But T's, they're already focusing 3 players up towards those B apartments there. Maybe you can go through unders, wrap to mid there to go for a bit more of a focused play. But for now, they're taking it very slow and calculated on their default. You know, you got a hesitant player outside A ramp and one in the same at the top of mid there.
Yeah, I see a combo both recognizing exactly where each other are. Don't want to be dancing around too much. ICO, meanwhile, he's going to be the smoke. He is standing ground, but Agent rushes through. And now they're going to be leading Lime, instantly taking him off, but it's going to be traded. And there's going to be a little bit of play. The Beretta's not working out, but Gibbs is going to be taking it. The bomb's going to be planted. Astro just barely staring at it. Phantom's going to quickly chug a danger close. He's going to take a ton of damage anyway. Astro does eventually make it up, but just in the jiggle pick, the play it's a little bit crazy, and that's going to be it. I think UNSW, it is the round that you want to get if you're onto the T side, and it is beautiful.
It is so beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, that we're going to get into another round, and we'll see who is going to be able to take this round. Will it be UNSW again? Will it be RMIT? Ooh, going for an interesting approach here. Lime's on Negev duty, so curious to see how that goes down. It seems they've heard my call earlier. They're now looking to do something dangerous with it.
Oh, we know it. It's RMIT. It's Lime. This man will keep on buying. It doesn't matter what round he's in. If he feels like it, it's definitely going to be coming out round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. does not matter. And so right now in an SW, they do mean business. They do have the guns, the Galeos all around, and they want to just play for a little bit of fishing info. You know, they want to set up maybe like a bait because they are not sure. But I tell you what, if they all rush to the apartments, because Astron has already made it past the T-spawn, it could end disastrous. So Juan, will he be caught? That's going to be the first question here. And as he is gonna just run through right now, Lime doesn't get the shot in. I was hoping for the whole death score coming in because of the bullets, but that is still gonna be the plant. The site is already done. Astron from behind. He's been playing this whole time. Does get combo down, but it is just too fast and too furious. And Unit SW wins the second one.
Yeah, good to go for the consistent 2 there, and Lime's commitment to that Negev has hindered their economy a bit. You know, they're stuck just onto the MP9, no util there. So a rough one for them, but, you know, at least they've got something. The rest of their team, though, they're primed up. They got M4s, they got the FAMAS, and the util's looking pretty solid. So they can make up for that. We'll see how UNSW go, because already they're approaching this with a lot of confidence. Winning these first 2 rounds, they're already diving deep. Mushy, not even ready for that. Astron at least does manage to respond back, but they're just pushing straight in. They have not a care in the world that there's defense on the sites, and they just rip that out of their hands.
I feel like this is according to Unit SW's playbook. Is as soon as you find a little bit of opening, you get a little bit more, but there is going to be ICU taking out a kill, looking for the second. Nice headshot does come through. Now just up to Gibbs. Trigger discipline first. If he wasn't spotted, that would have been it, but he's going to do the same thing. Oh my god, he closes them all of them out. And that is just Special Agent Gibbs saying, hang on a second, since you guys are able to do a ton of recovery, I am also going to be doing the same. And 3-0 for Unit SW. They also put RMIT in the backseat. So it's another bonus round to come through for Unit SW to roll their economy. And I'm liking their pace.
Yeah, I'm liking the pace as well. You know, they're very fast. They're very in your face. And you can feel that. We'll see. They are going to be able to slow it down a bit. My gosh, RMIT pushing straight in, trying to give them some of their own medicine. Does work to an extent. You know, they've found 2 kills so far. Got an AK out of it. Okay. That's going to be a nice little present after coming into it with barely anything. Well, anymore. Oh, there we go. Another kill comes through. So, not too shabby, honestly, there, Em. You know, I thought they might not get that many kills, but 3 kills for being on pistols. Can't complain with that. Good way to build yourself up a bit more on the economy. And we'll see how they can go now into round 5. Because UNSW, they've been on top of things so far. But a glimmer of hope last round. Maybe RMIT might find their chance to strike in this one.
Yeah, I feel like RMIT definitely solidified a little bit more economy and denied the bankrolling from Unit SW. So it all depends. Comes down to here. ICO with a very expensive AWP investment and the rest on their buys needs to do maximum amount of damage. Astron is going to be the first one, takes down Gibbs, and have recognized that, but Lime gets traded out. There's going to be another one on Astron. They are being very aggressive on this take. Once again, just quickly smokes out jungle, and they know there's more at stake here. RMIT, meanwhile, on the guns, doesn't really have all the info in the world, doesn't have the entry just yet, and they're also taking a ton of damage. Mushy gets taken down, Venom into the trade, and now Agent, it's on 1. ICU just needs to find the other members. Probably not the other one, but that's going to be the first one. Needs Cross as well. He knows the objective right in front of him is the most expensive one. Does not have a kit just yet. It's going to quickly toggle. 1 health in a dream. ICO now looking to just smoke tap into it. Looking to just fully play it. And it's going to be finished off. That is beautiful coming in from Agent.
I like how they gave themselves a moment to, like, think about, where are they going to be inside the smoke? They didn't just start shooting blindly, which I find is a trap that some players do fall into. They thought about it for a second, and it worked out perfectly. Instantly, just locked down the shots, and the round was claimed by UNSW. But again, playing into what I said earlier, RMIT did get a lot closer there. So UNSW, they need to take advantage of this momentum while they still can. and they're doing a darn great job at the moment.
Recognizing that position once again, pushing our Moshi here on the pistol. Doesn't really have too much to be saying. It's a number disadvantage, and of course even the guns at the same time, and looking to do some more. Moshi takes a ton of damage, and Moshi is going to be gone. Cross is going to be traded. Lime does have a gun, but gets a little bit too curious. Gets taken out. Venom though, 2 massive kills. Grabs a gun, looking for the 3rd, and yes, completely granted. Now it's just up to Huang in a 1v2 in pretty much a good round on the side of RMIT. Might just be looking to do a little bit more. That was a little bit of a surprise for him to be looking. There's going to be the nade, trying to get him out by a little bit of room. I still want a plant, but it's going to be denied. But that's a great shot. And now it left in a 1-on-1. Does fall down Astron, and he's able to get it. He saves it completely. That is Huang. 6-0 for UNSW.
6-0. RMIT need a hero. We'll see if they are going to be able to find one, as UNSW are their super villain right now, and they may yet be even more villainous into round 70. If they take this one, they will be confirming victory in this half. We'll see. They are going to be able to lock it down right now. Already good shot from Gibbs there. Shuts down a multiple for our T's. Yeah, they're doing a great job isolating these picks. CTs aren't able to find a response here. It's just all higgledy-piggledy at the moment, and we'll see if the CTs can manage to find some way out. Look at the player towards each side of the map at the moment. They might yet get caught on the jump spot there. Mushi was decisively seeking out info. The T's are slowly creeping up towards that B side as well. You can see this is a tsunami waiting to happen here, Amp. They're just waiting for the signal. Get ready to go. Get ready. Hot hike. We'll see who's going to be able to trek in.
Oh, you can see the hesitation from RMIT. They hear all the noise, but that's going to be the first kill. Moshi takes down Cross. He knows this is the site. He knows this is the play. Gives combo all down. And there is no more choice to be playing. Huang also away. The bomb gets dropped. And all of a sudden, UNSW in a place where they should have just completely dominated. They are going to get reversed instead. And now Agent knows there's nothing else to be playing. He's going to slowly walk through CT. And the market is just going to be a complete stall. They are waiting to execute it. They're baiting him into this kill. And it's just so hard. He knows it. He doesn't have any other choice. If he wants to triple, he can. But like at this stage, he's just going to go for a kill. Deny as much as he can. Doesn't want the guns to be taken over. And he's going to get a bomb instead. So if there is a tap, but Venom from the back. Yeah, that's it. He's going to get the denial instead. And RMIT, they are finally on the board.
They are, Imp. They are going to be on the board, ready to draw the sword, and we'll see if they can manage to find a bit more magic after finding their spark here. This could be the time to shine for them. We'll see what they can manage. As UNSW now spread over to the A site. Leave that single lurker towards B there. Just take it nice and slow. They are creeping up ramp though. Do have the Palace player as well, ready to pincer on this angle. One CT holding close right now, already losing 2. So they will be able to pull through, take that site control, and go straight for a plant. But Lime playing very close. Might have a thing or two to say about it. But for the moment, they're going to be held off by smokes.
Yeah, it's a very confident, upbeat take from UNSW. And once again, they're just showing value. They say we don't really need to be thinking too much. The strategy is always going to be fast-paced. When we slow down, that's where you got to be worried. Venom, Niwas will take 2. Nice nade usage, and it's going to be the first one. And now it's going to be 3v3. Although health is a little bit low on both sides, the scout shot is not going to be connecting. They can see him just trying to pivot this one. Lime gets taken down, but there is going to be the trade. 1 for the 1. And now Venom just needs it, and he will take it immediately. He does have a kit, and this should be him defusing it. Barely winning out this round. UNSW, I feel like these 2 rounds, they got just a tiny little bit ahead of themselves. Victory was right in the front, but then came RMIT.
Absolutely. And they will be able to clutch it out and take a second round in their favor. So great stuff coming through from RMIT there. Finally get themselves on the board. It took a while to get started, but now they're back in the groove here, making moves. We'll see if UNSW are going to be able to make some moves with their pistols now as well. Ready. Oh, they're going straight to the meat grinder there, it would appear. Lime already around that corner. Unless their teammate agents can help them here, this could be very problematic. Lime waiting. Sees the enemy, but this opens things up for the other two. So it's a 1-for-1 trade there, and it all works out for UNSW right now. They got weapons, now they got site control. And they've issued it out to a 2v2 situation. This is looking very achievable here for UNSW.
I'm gonna give that classic Johnny Depp kind of a looks going, what just happened? You know, where you're trying to just dance around. You don't really have to do too much. You can see RMIT desperately checking the corners. There is the play, there is the trade. Not enough bullets in the end. And Combo, he gets the final tap. Give me the gun. There is the plan. What else do you want? We are here to get a few rounds back. In some rounds that we shouldn't be handing it to you, we'll say, all right, that's fine. We're going to get ours. And it was just beautiful. They trade. I feel like in the beginning, when they threw out the bait, Lime took it. And then from there, it just all went bananas. The rest of UNSW members were just finding this nice little niche picks and then taking the advantage and playing it to perfection. Now, RMIT, you know, it's a rough one. Once again, there is gonna be just Gibbs completely capsizing the rest of RMIT players, and they are slowly gonna be walking this one out. Conway, meanwhile, is gonna get chunked by Phenom, and there is a nice little bit of damage, but it's not enough just yet. Phenom quite low himself. Lime still, they're gonna be locking this one down. He is gonna make sure no one's gonna be popping through, but Agent pops Lime down instantly, which now means UNSW takes full control of the map. They can just completely run this one through, and there's nothing Phenom can do about it. Minus the headshot, he will take that.
They sure will. They'll take that, and keen to see what they are going to be able to do. Heading in to round 11 now. UNSW 8-2 in their favor. Will RMIT be able to strike back with more? It's a tough challenge ahead, not an impossible one. Let's see the power of the Negev coming at you once again here. Lime is ready. Everybody's ready, and let's see how it goes. ICO already going to be cut out. Trying their best to play into it. Good shots from one there, solidified with fire. And they will find more as well. My gosh, they just don't care. Like, there's just no respect here, Amp. They just push in like a wrecking ball.
I feel, oh my god, Gibbs right there had no rights to stay alive, but he's still going to remain resilient. And Phenom also goes down without being able to achieve anything. I gotta say, this is the timing, this is the strategy. UNSW, once they practice the map, once they know the timing of everything, they just don't give up. They just keep on playing until you fold. And it just gets proven, right? RMIT has been able to do plenty of shooting outs and, like, you know, getting the right aims down, getting 1-on-3s. But when you get denied on your usual play, UNSW is like they are permanently reading into the future. And as ICO quickly walks up, there is just gonna be the play. Combo's gonna get traded, but he at least takes one. And Astron takes a ton of damage. They know where he is, and now he's gonna get taken down. And you fall for that position A, he can't play into it. But she is trying to go in, instantly gets aimed down by Gibbs. And this is the side just gone. Phenom, final player, 1-on-4. He has a dream, trying to find something. That's the first one, but he has to walk through so much more. And the mission is absolutely impossible.
Yeah, absolutely impossible there, but could be made a reality if things work out. Nope, not gonna happen. So, headshot, decapitation, and they slice away a 2-10 scoreline, favoring UNSW. So, looking good at the moment, Amp, and we'll see just how good it may or may not be heading in to the side switch. Because we've seen what RMIT is capable of before when we have a side switch. If they can lock in on this pistol, it could be big. Could be so grand even. And we'll see what it is going to turn into. A side is where the fight's going to go down. They're ready for action already, Amp. You can see. Pumped up. And away we go.
Alright, RMIT. Here's the stacking. Here's the duel, but Limey's already down, and there's going to be the trade with Agent. The lineup is not good, and Juan's going to get taken down instead. And RMIT might just be locking the full side. They are going to be completely crushing this one. Cross doesn't get an entrance, but Phenom is taken out. Now comes the flames, the fire, a little bit late into it, and Cross doesn't get the value he was looking for. But the trade is still around. Gibbs looking. Final doesn't get the tap. Trying to get the ones, but Combo makes it in. That's a reload. There's the knife. Is that just going to be up to Gibbs? Doesn't have a kit. Here comes the tap. Here comes the play. Spots him out. Oh, jumping, baby. We got it. But the headshot is gorgeous. And now I think it's still going to be just fine. UNSW definitely locked you. Oh, wait. Should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. UNSW, they are going to be able to defend.
Lucky they got that when they did. It was definitely going down to the wire, especially without a kit there. It was looking scary, but they do manage to pull ahead in the end. So, all will be well heading in to round 14 here. But speaking of well, we do have RMIT diving into the well there, picking up whatever guns they can. They realize they can't afford to give anything more to UNSW here, so they are gambling on this one. See if they can bring more into it. Agent sneaking close, takes a lot of damage already. 1 HP does deliver in the end. Good trade coming out from Aston though. See what else they can do. It's just trades all around here. CTs need to lock in, try and get some damage through. Oh, what an angle. Shot from Juan. Oh my gosh, doing it again. This is huge. They know they're around the corner. No way. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's massive. What a headshot. ICO going to be alive and well, though. 2v1 situation. Trying to go for the jump scout. Oh, no scope, surely not. Oh, get it done. The no scope from Juan. Oh, what a way to get it done, Amp. You gotta feel good about that.
Holy moly, what is happening? UNSW, they are definitely locked in tonight, ready to go. Now, if I thought the first one was already like a heavy victory, this one, UNSW is breaking some ankles. They are definitely prepared. And now RMIT doesn't really have all the guns that they wish that they did. And they're gonna have to roughly try to get through ICO, sacrificing everything for those utilities, but he gets taken down. There's gonna be the second one, the third one. They are all falling like flies. And now, UNSW, they can smell it. The victory in hand. Lime, he also gets taken down by Cross. And it's gonna be GG 13-2. UNSW really just wanted that dove, and they are gonna be rewarded with it.
They sure are. They were hungry for it, and they will be able to take control there. So massive stuff coming through from UNSW. Just a huge game from them. What a way to play it out. Cannot believe it, Amp. Just incredible stuff. And very eager to see what's going to be ahead of us with that one. RMIT, I thought maybe they'd have a path to redemption, but I think maybe next season is all I can say for them there. I don't think they're going to have much more hope. But maybe not though.
Yeah, I felt like on that one, RMIT really did try to step up, but the UNSW really just shut them out, and all the shenanigans was completely dumpstered into it. And yeah, I don't know. It felt like it was just a really well-oiled engine, and yeah, I guess we'll hear from them.
That's right. Well, guess we'll hear from them soon. I'm sure they're going to be on top of the world with that one, feeling high spirit, feeling all good. that's exactly what you can ask for there. And definitely excited to see what they have to say momentarily as well. I think, yeah, players are going to give us a lot to ponder on. But you know what I'm pondering on? What our next map's going to be. It better not be ancient.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I think we have a beautiful start to tonight. It's nice and breezy. It's raining like hell in Sydney. But yeah, I feel like with all the cool action outside, we're getting a much heated action tonight. Everyone's just playing their hearts out. They don't really care what the strategy is going to be rolled. They say, just look at me. This is what we've practiced. This is what we're going to be executing. And it just felt like UNSW was completely locked in from the get-go. They dropped those 2 rounds where I thought they will still swing their way. In better situations, it could have just been a complete washout as well. And that speaks volume on how great of a team UNSW is.
Absolutely. It just shows exactly how compelled they are and how composed it's going to be. But speaking of composed, let's compose ourselves an interview with Agent.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Oh, doing fantastic, mate. You guys have put on one hell of a show again, just absolutely delivering on all cylinders. And I got to say, what's the first thoughts after a game like that? How are you feeling?
Yeah, that was fun. We were enjoying ourselves that game. We just want to get the biggest round difference possible. So yeah, just want to get over with.
Fair enough. I think we haven't seen a form like this in a long time. A big reflection to how you guys, really nailed down all the timing and everything. Was that something that you guys have been trying to achieve, or was that just a form that you've been hiding?
I think that's like our best roster. I think it's maybe not the first time, maybe third time that roster's played together. Earlier in the season, we didn't have Kraz, we didn't have everyone. So yeah. Also, I think individually we've all just gotten into form again, playing more games, playing officials. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I guess going forward, if you guys make the playoffs, who would you be most keen to verse?
Who did we lose to? We lost to UTS and UCID. So yeah, it'd be good to play them again and beat them. But that shouldn't be too difficult. Looking forward to whichever one we play.
Oh, fair enough. And it looks like we have confirmation that you have secured playoffs, and a big congratulations. Tell me this: was Huang just playing like a god tonight, or what? Because we were looking at the way he was aiming with the scout in the end. I haven't seen Huang pop up for quite a while, and then just there, it was like, oh wait, there he is. Like, what did he say?
He was actually pretty quiet.
Oh.
Like in the comms. I mean, not compared to everyone else. We were all loud, but yeah, I didn't see. I was alive in that last shot, so I didn't see him shooting. But yeah, I mean, honestly, he always plays pretty well. So it doesn't surprise me, even if the stats don't show it. So yeah.
Great stuff. And yeah, great play. Definitely encourage you to watch the stream back for that one. It looked much like one of the highlight plays from one of the previous majors. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely look out for that one. I'm sure there'll be some clips on the AEL socials. Shout out to that. So take a look soon. But anyway, thanks for joining us again, Agent. I'm sure you guys are going to be absolutely chuffed at taking away the victory there, making it through to playoffs. And yeah, really excited to see what you guys can do.
Yeah, easy. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Always good to get some insights from the players. Always in it forever there, Emperor. But, we've got a game 3 on its way. Let's get things set up in the break. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL University Elite Series. BkWhatOCE and Emperor ZK are back again. And we are so keen to get into our games here this evening. We'd love to see it. And we'll see what else we love to see. AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Imp. I'm feeling hungry. Help me! Who can help me?
You can get help by Indomie, the noodle powder made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Mega Rain will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Yeah, big shout out to our sponsors always and forever. And let's check out what's next on the horizon. It's game number 3, UTS taking on Swinburne. So, UTS looking to add some more stats to the board there. Nah, we'll see. Who's going to be playing? Coffee, KFC, Delete, IMVK, Mossifer, and Swinburne, maybe Berserk, Boom Booms, Expert, Sangrius, Blossom, and Oof. You know him, man. We love him. And very keen to see if, Swinburne can shake things up tonight, get another victory on their board, or whether UTS will be able to add another victory to their own horizons here. Definitely, it's going to be interesting, I suppose, to see how this one plays out. I hope that these teams play for fun, right? Because I think, from memory, Swinburne's out of the running, if I'm not mistaken. And UTS's spot is pretty much set in stone. So I hope that both these teams are going to be able to have a good time and just have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, I think when you have the top and the bottom compete, especially when the result are already predetermined for them. If they do win, if UTS does win, it's gonna be like seat number 1, and obviously that's something that they will definitely opt to. But then again, because they've been playing so well, it's a really hard pick for the side of Swinburne. It's hard to imagine Swinburne getting the upper hand here. They could be posing up a big challenge because sometimes they've been able to swing some wild cards out there. That hasn't been bad, So looking at the vetoes right now, fingers crossed. And
Ooh.
wait.
Oh.
There we go. We are back onto Mirage and we will take it. No ancient. It means very, very nice. It is pleasing. And I would like to see a very nice game.
Me too, Amp, and I reckon we're going to have just that around the corner here. It's looking good on to Mirage here, and definitely eager to see how this one plays out, whether we have a very fast-paced game like what we've seen before, or whether it could be more slow and calculated. Definitely excited for what's to come out of this one. I think it's going to be, a good competition, a good battle ahead, and yeah, I'm excited to see how they play it out. I hope that both teams are able to have a bit of fun with it.
Absolutely. I feel like at this stage, Swinburne definitely has been on the improving side. Some of the rounds that they did drop in the past has been pretty good. It's not like they didn't take anything away from it. And the way they do play some of the ancient, there was some weaknesses here and there, but then again, they had all the timings down correctly. So on pattern, on strength, on like paper, they do have the necessities and everything in order to make them into a much more refined team. But I feel like for this season now, all can they do is just tidy up the final little bit of experiments and theories that they wanted to really try out. And once again, against our top team UTS, who's being just on a tier. Every one of them has been playing really well, but UTS stood out from the beginning and they said, all right, let's quickly execute everything and let's remind them, what UTS is all about, because previous seasons, we've seen many UTS teams competitively. They had one of the better teams out there from Sydney, and they just played really, really well. But then it was sort of absent here and there in the other series until now. Once again, UTS is here to compete.
That's right. They are here to compete. They want to play to be the very best they can. They've had a very confident season and eager to see how things go down here tonight. I think both teams are going to be pretty pumped up once we do get into the thick of the action here. Definitely excited for the knife round ahead. I think it's going to be good times ahead, and we could have, time standing still there, and we could have the players frozen in motion. But speaking of motion, we are going to be getting into motion of the knife round.
And we love to see some knife round come through. It's gonna be the first one up. And of course, on the T side, it's gonna be Swinburne. And of course, on the CT is UTS jumping around, monkey bars all around, and it's gonna be the first one. Coffee, Delete, both down, Blossom right after. And then it is going to just be Swinburne coming through, and this is pretty much gonna be a lock through. And Hoo says, please take my picture, and I will take that one. Right now, Swinburne going to be the first one up, and I believe it should be a quick CT switch. Should be the traditional standard to put UTS up straight into it. And I feel like, where we do come in when it comes down to the advantages and disadvantages, Swinburne definitely knows how they should be playing it. It's just that how they execute has definitely hurt them in the previous rounds. But we'll see what they're going to be able to bring tonight. Will they be able, to play David versus Goliath, because it's from the bottom to the top. If they are able to take down UTS, they could deny UTS's top seed, so it will be interesting.
I reckon it's going to be very interesting, Mr. Rampand. Very eager to see what's going to come out right now. We have a timeout. First thing on the board there is a timeout, and very curious what's going to be coming after that, whether they use 2 more or not. Nah, we'll see what happens. Looks like it's running its course now. Hopefully should be into it in a second here. Oop. Maybe another timeout. Yeah, that's going to be a pause to come through there. So hopefully everything's all good. They can fix whatever's going on there in a second. Yeah.
You know what gets me really really just upset about this when I cast is every time I see KFC, his name's there, and I'm just there going, I am hungry. You know what I mean? And from previously, if you didn't know, KFC also played for another team. It had combo unit, so I was just like KFC combo, remember? Like that duo. And I was just like, I'm getting hungry and hungrier every single time that we are casting them. And, rightfully so. It's 8:38 p.m. in Australia. And I'm not sure if I should just get my Zinger box going because lunch was definitely quite a while back.
Yeah, you're going to need to get some Indomie in your belly, I reckon. To help tide you over there, Imp. I think maybe we need to talk to someone, get some Indomie. Just flown straight over to your house, get a drone, the Indomie drone, and then we'll be able to get the Indomie hooked up straight to you, Imp.
I would love that. Actually, here's something that I don't know if I mentioned it in the past broadcast, but I actually do buy regular Indomie, regularly from the supermarket. Like I go to Coles, and my kids, my whole family love it. It's like every week when I'm cooking and stuff, right? I'm like, what do you guys want? And they're like, I want noodles, fish and noodles, right? And I'm like, what do you mean fish and noodles? And then wifey comes in, it's like, oh, they want some Indomie, and so I'll cook that up. And then they want some battered chicken. Batter fish, sorry. And I was like, oh, okay. So fish and noodles, that's a new mix. I was like, is there any eggs involved? And it's like, nah, no eggs involved. The eggs only get involved if I'm eating it. Otherwise, it's like a ritual. It's like once every 2 weeks minimum, or it's like one of those comfort meals.
That's so good. And, it's great to get creative with your foods there, because I think that's the beauty of cooking, isn't it? Experimentation and finding what works best for you and your family unit. So great to see that there's some different unique ways, to enjoy your noodles like that. And eager to see how things go down into this game, much like cooking, there's a lot of creativity in some of the plays we will be seeing. coming out of our teams here this evening. Hopefully everything should be all hunky dory. I'm sure they've got plenty of ample planning. I reckon they've drawn up a whole playbook on exactly how they want to approach this first round.
Yeah, I mean, if they were watching the previous one activated by UNSW, it is gorgeous. Right? Obviously, it's UTS going to be playing it, so they might have a different approach. Might not be the fast train that was UNSW, but then again, if anyone's watching, even like if Swinburne was watching, that's something that you can take into when you switch. It's just like, all right, how fast are you going to be playing? How are you going to be, stationed around? Watch that mini map and guide yourself and your players to see if you can execute it just as well. And once you push that advantage, it could just work to your favor. It's definitely not out of the weirder side, because if you watch someone that's better than you, or if you watch a team that's much more better in synergy and they are gelling a whole ton better when it comes down to executions, then you're probably thinking and staring at yourself and saying, let's try to do that as well. And if we do, we might be able to pull off a lot of damage and might influence into a win as well. So it's something that I'm more looking forward to see how much Swinburne's able to take away from this. But no doubt, I do know UTS, once they are ready, they are just ready to like start this one.
Yeah, they'll be ready to rumble here, Amp. And Amp, I reckon we're gonna jump in a different direction here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna jump in a different direction. If you could create your own flavor of Indomie outside of what already exists, what would you create?
Mm, I will. All right. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Tell me. Tell me.
You know how we have the traditional flavors of Indomie, and they've brought out all different kind of stuff like spicy and all that.
Yeah.
I'm more into the pork side, or maybe the beef tribes and all that, because that's speaking more comfort meal for me. And if you just go in and you open up your Indomie and you see some stacked up meat pieces in there, and it just that makes my meal. You know what I mean? That's one of those things that I will 100% just dive into, and then I'll crack an egg on the side, or even add some more Chinese sausages. If you have seen those like Chinese preserved sausages, I love those.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm what you're saying. That sounds really awesome to me, Amp. I reckon that would be very fun. I reckon it would definitely pair up very well, and maybe you need to talk to Indomie directly, mate. Maybe we need to get something into the pipeline. I reckon that'd be a lot of fun.
How about you? What would you put in there?
Whoa. Tough call, Imp. I reckon I'd try something a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I reckon maybe we'd spin it in like a kind of a pho direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you pair your pho with like hoisin sauce? I feel like that's the kind of flavor profile I'd want to go for. Something more in that direction.
Okay, I mean, like, so a little bit of hoisin sauce, fish sauce, and then with
exactly.
all the
I reckon I'd move
all the
that
bones
way.
flavor. All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
get that brothy taste. That's right.
yeah, that will be nice. You know what? It's so cold. Now I'm struggling. Now that you brought this conversation in, I'm thinking, should I get pho or should I get KFC? It's a what a decision I have to make right now. I am hungry. I am actually very hungry right now. And I'm not gonna be sleeping early tonight, so I'm definitely gonna be up. Um, maybe I should just get Indomie to quickly drone some over here. Like, why can't we not have that technology here? I mean, it's already alive in other countries. Can we please get some drone delivery so I don't have to do anything else? I mean, I guess given the weather condition, you might not be favorable for a drone to be flying, but once again, there is the new drone from DJI as well, like the Mavic Pro 4. Like, I don't know if you've seen it. That thing is a beast, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it.
Yeah, I'd be keen to see it, and honestly, I think it'd be awesome if you're able to whip something out like that. When AEL is featured at upcoming conventions, I think it'd be cool to have something like that kind of flying around the venue in a safe space, of course, like within a safe distance from attendees. But I think it'd be cool to have something like that kind of flying above and just kind of do a time lapse even of like an event. You know, you get like a kind of POV of like crowds, people coming up to booths and stuff. I think that something like that would be really cool for that purpose.
Yeah. I actually own a few drones, and I was actually training my son on how to
Yeah.
like fly his drone. It's actually quite easy. Like a lot of people is like, probably thinking, oh, there's too much to play around with. But you know, there's a big screen that you can do active tracking. You just have to tap, and then the others is just moving left, right, up, down, forward, backwards. That's literally it. Like some of the Infinity shots that they do now on the Mavic Pro is basically it's not the drone doing like an aerial barrel roll. A lot of people think because they're going through the and look, our observer, shout out to TwoTapTony, is gonna give his aerial drone shots as well. It's not like what you think. It's not like the drone is doing a barrel roll in the middle of the air. It's actually the camera themselves rotating all around, and then you can have the option to maintain distance, follow someone or follow a target, and it's gotten really evolved where even if you lose target for a few seconds and then they come back out, it has that recognition to go back to that target, and then you will just slowly follow from the aerial perspective. And and you can also hover and safe land. You don't have to land these drones. The drones will land themselves. That's how crazy we're at.
Absolutely wild, Amp, and very excited, interested to see how things are going to be playing out. Once we do get into the thick of it, I can hear some chatter in game, so maybe something's happening, Amp. I don't know. What are you anticipating? They're thinking about right now. Do you think maybe there's some secret agent discussion going down here? You know, maybe they're going on a secret CS2 mission.
Well, I guess when you do start, especially when it comes down to this, having a nice pause in the beginning definitely can be playing into what you want to be going. And to all the players that on the Swinburne side, they can definitely utilize this strategy and be like, all right, let's quickly think about it. We can think about what else is going to be happening, preparation, mentality. Unless you want to be like Faker, he closes his eyes and meditate. It's always the most scariest thing. Once the man starts closing his eyes and starts going into his trance, a lot of the Korean fans is probably already reminiscent. It's like when you mess with the old man, when you come back out, he's gonna just completely dumpster you in the game.
Yeah, you don't mess with the Terminator. That's for sure, Amp. Unless you want to get terminated. But we are going to be getting into the game now. Apologies for the delay there, folks. But now, the bus is coming rolling in to the B site. And ready to see how the Alps pop goes. We jump into this one, and the shot's already gonna be jumping out there, making berserk. Shot on the KFC, traded out though, but Swinburne reaping the rewards right now. But I am BK saying hello, saying g'day. We'll see if they can save the day.
Oh, 1 on 3. Taps that first one. Sees the second. Doesn't realize there's gonna be another one at the back. But poof. He's gonna be able to clean up that one. I think Swinburne just read that one completely. It was just like, all right, I think it's gonna be a stack, so let's quickly go at B. And UTS unfortunately played into that stack and didn't really wait for the timing or anything. They just wanted a fast train, and they were confident enough to try to charge in. So complete punished is gonna beat that one. So pretty much the same kind of round. Nothing really done or achieved. So complete economy coming in. And the FAMAS taps the head. Sangris, first one up. Has a big war. Coffee is gone. Mossifer, they finally get him down. But the cost is just a little bit too high. 2 more players left. And VK is out. It's just going to be delete. The man does have a mission. That's to just win the duel. But even that is going to be denied. So Swinburne, they take 2 rather nicely.
Yeah, decent start there for him. Nice and quick, eh? And eager to see what this next round looks like. UTS are going to be able to bless the timeline with some guns now. To have a pretty good amount of utilities as well. And eager to see how things go down down now. Good shots coming out there. UTS waiting their way forward. Now looking to garner some ground in mid there. They will be able to venture in, but oof already shuts one down.
Now, VK gets taken down here. It's a little bit of bad news for UTS, especially since they wanted to take that little bit of numbers advantage into the side. Unfortunately, while they are investing a ton of utilities to just shut out this mid, they don't have enough of a footing just yet. It's still rather dangerous. Meanwhile, Sangers looking for the top flash, doesn't respect the angles here. There is going to be the trade. And there is a little bit of a trap as well. So Moscow taking a ton of damage. There is the push as well. And just like that, it's now going to be up to Coffee in a 1-on-3. He does have a little bit of a, I guess he's got a gun. At the moment, he needs to do a ton more. Blossom running through without anything else. It's an unfortunate mistake. Meanwhile, cover fire doesn't buy through, and there is the sound from maybe Berserk. Dangerous moment. Now, gotta be careful. There is no room for any mistake here, and not enough bullets and timing. Gotta remember, he doesn't have the bomb. He's still back all the way as well. Oh my god. Look at this. Maybe Berserk instantly runs away, retreats, and there's not enough time. And there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing Coffee can do about it. He's searching. He's saying, where's my target? What's going to be happening? Complete denial of service. And yeah, pretty much just going to have to stay around with the gun. The most unfortunate event on the side of UTS, but Swinburne, they will take it.
My gosh. I don't know what's happening right now. Looks like things are going well for Swinburne at the moment. I think that, you know, it's just all the big booms they keep bringing out. You know, the boom boom's expert. They're just bringing up that big energy. They're bringing the boom. And they're doing a great job at it. We'll see how things go down in this round right now, though. Are they going to be able to keep it up? Good shots from UTS. Not going to be able to lock down the kill, though. Blossom playing off the distraction there and does net the first onto Motsifa. So a decent start. We'll see. They can manage to find more. They sure can. Nice nade. Deletes the cover. UTS now chime in and say hello.
It's still 3v3. Boom Boom's here. Getting very aggressive in this push. Looking for the lineup. It's going to get instantly executed instead. And now the bomb's going to be pushed through. Blossom does find a very low health delete. And now, while they are going to be able to get this... Oh, hang on a second. The lineup is there, but Coffee going to quickly turn it around. And that Molly is going to just provide value. Blossom is going to quickly make it through CT. I'm a little bit confused at what is happening with UTS side. They are playing with no info, and then they're being punished completely. Now, Blossom, in a great place, might just find the back footing from Coffee. He doesn't see anything, but Coffee has already angled down. And wow, what a headshot. Saves the round completely, and UTS finally on the board. Probably not feeling the most confident in all of these settings, especially in the first 3 rounds. That one could have also been terrible for them, but it's going to be okay. And they will bring a sigh of relief as they finally just shut down Swinburne. And now Swinburne, that's a round of eco. Not much to say about it. If they do deny 3 to 4 kills here, it will be huge.
Yeah, big denial there, and it works out pretty darn well, doesn't it, Outband? Eager to see. That's where they take it now. Big shots down mid there. BT's trying to run it down. They will be able to get some good trades out there, so looking pretty decent, actually. Swinburne getting the AK. Might even be able to pick up another weapon here as well. Oof, oof, oof. Does find one eventually, so that's good. They were looking a little lost for a second there, but they do manage to compose themselves. Now, bomb going down for UTS. It's time for a change up here. Swinburne probably honestly don't need to go for this. Like, they got the 2 AKs. They can just hold on to this and just look to find it out in the next one. But we'll see what they choose. I am VK going hunting here. Could get close to the CTs, but looks like they've managed to maneuver their path to bypass them entirely. So it's all worked out here for Swinburne.
Yeah, I definitely will take that as a win. Swinburne getting 2 AKs and a bit of a kill. Oh, they knew in the end, but like there's not enough timing. They read correctly. If you are gonna go in with nothing, at least take some kills with it. And they managed to get 2 kills. Not the ideal 3 kills right there, but they will take it, especially since they get gifted 2 guns as well. Which means that Swinburne can now definitely invest, and Sangris gonna be on that AWP one more time. Needs to bring out that value though. I feel like once he first was on it, it wasn't the biggest value, although that will take a delete. Just a short pause did cost him his life. And at the same time, there is still that little bit extra. Sangris meanwhile is taking a ton of damage, has no more choice, has to quickly go back. And this is one of those situations, right? Sangris gets low, or he's feeling a little bit more dicey, and so he tries to go for a backwards reroute and try to provide that extra value, but then he gets caught out and gets taken out, and so not something that you do want to focus on. KFC meanwhile is taking a ton of damage as well. There is the setup potential for A, but there's not enough utilities being thrown, and this could cost UTS.
We'll see. They are going to be able to bring up the vibes here. As we bring up the heat now. Big shot from Coffee there. Blossom trades it right back though. Smack down into the force, and it will be good for it. Blocked out by Coffee though, via on ticket, and they do isolate the shot. Oof, 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 jumps in. And they are just locked into it. Locking in for Swinburne here.
Yeah, that's a rough one. UTS had the ideas, and just like that, because there was not enough info, and then utilities didn't really stop the side of Swinburne, and provided too much angles for Swinburne to just completely choke them out. Meanwhile, UTS does have guns. I mean, they can play into this. Gotta see what the Nest is gonna be playing. I like how Blossom is trying to put as much cover as he can. KFC taking a ton of damage once again. It's great. At the same time, the value is still going to be swing from Swinburne. UTS hasn't really been successful in fighting the Yins just yet. Haven't been able to deny as much as they should have been able to. And so the cost definitely a little bit high, and taking a little bit more damage on Coffee as well. Boom Booms meanwhile walks up. KFC just there waiting, and that nade also just buying a little bit more cover, trying to get connector out. They want to see all the info. They want to know how these guys are playing. And Blossom gets taken out, and another 2 goes through. All of a sudden, they are going to be finding themselves a nice side. They are going to be waiting for maybe Berserk, and he gets completely just taken out from the side, and everyone goes down from nothing to everything. UTS completing a rather significant round.
Yeah, they sure did, and they completed a very significant round there, and they are going to be enjoying it. Tactical timeout to come through here, and we'll see what Swinburne can bring of this one. All they've got are pistols at the moment, so definitely need to figure out a way forward here, and we'll see if they are going to be able to find the right path here. As that timer now looks to run its course, ready. Take it into the next tier. Fun times ahead, and both teams are looking very competitive. You know, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be initially here, and Swinburne are looking solid.
Yeah, Swinburne does look very solid, and I'm questioning, the decisions on the map picks before, because we do see them on Ancient quite a bit. Should have brought out this a lot more. And as we say this, UTS definitely didn't fare very well in the beginning. A rough start, now finally coming back alive. AWP on the elite, and as they are playing the more traditional standard, it's going to be pick and choose, getting the infos and trying to execute as much as you can. There's going to be the first kill onto Blossom, and Ticket is going to get naded as well. They are trying to complete their dominance. They are trying to complete the information book, as Sangris takes a ton of damage as well. This eco round, obviously it's not going to be working out. UTS should know exactly what they're going to be facing, so they don't want to be dropping any more guns. that's the angle, because they know the first time they drop some guns, it ended in disaster. And right now, they're just going to make sure that you eliminate it. Sangrias also gets taken out. This is pretty much the map, maybe open season, maybe Berserk, all spotted out. And it's just going to be whoop, 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 and boom, booms, trying to find it. But when you have pistols in the far distance against the AKs, obviously, AKs reign supreme.
Reign supreme and clean things up. And we'll see if they're going to be able to do just that into the next round ahead of us again as well. 4 to 4, get on the floor. And let's see who's going to be able to take some more now. Pistols are in abundance here for Swinburne. Will they be able to further those advancements and get something else? That's truly going to be tested here, Amp, and eager to see what it looks like. Going down, good trades already over the top, and it's looking solid, but DKs are doing a pretty darn good job as well, keeping themselves alive here. Mossifer, such low HP, Coffee one in the same, and Swinburne trying to lock things down here.
This is one of those disastrous striking. And you can see Blossom right there. He was trying to be a little bit cute. One of the gun, one of the loot. At the end of the day, I think the maximum damage has already been done. Maybe Berserk, if he doesn't want to do anything right now, that's going to be just fine. But in the meantime, you know, he sees Connector. He's just like, well, you know, either I go in with my AK and try to get lucky, which he might. Yeah. But look, I think that's mission accomplished from the side of Swinburne. They deny the plant and they take down 4 players, which means that although they are able to deny some economy rolling, the side of UTS has been winning round after round without really being troubled, and so it's not the biggest problem. And yes, there's going to be AWP on the side of Swinburne as well. I felt like if he didn't want to play it, that's fine. If he wanted to play it, that's also fine. If he didn't want to play it, the angle would have been, you know, quickly retreat the AWP and then just, you know, play from long distance, and that should have been it. Would have been a nice hold. Sangrias, meanwhile, quickly takes down VK, and that's already a good start.
Already a good start, and we'll see. That's going to be even a greater in a second here. The lead looking to push up, try and get a bit of pressure through there. Nade coming through as well. But no one on the receiving end this time. Maybe Berserk does get the spot there. Little shots through. Not going to be able to lock it down, however, so will be forced to just hold back for the time being. Sangrias goes for the shot as well. Doesn't hit it. He's got info now. Sangrias is playing window, and they shut them down. Orb out of play. That is great from UTS there. But they still have another orb to worry about, and many more players, as the Boom Booms expert brings the boom and takes the lead with the man advantage.
Mossifer right now definitely made his presence known, so the side of Swinburne can't really be rotating. That, I guess, is just going to be one of the most rawest molly that's going to be thrown. Trying to bait this one. Taking a ton of damage, waiting for his team to back him up, but the nade is going to be thrown. He is going to be taking down Boom Boom's not providing it. The lead, meanwhile, so he's going to be the trade, trying to lock this one down. Time is starting to run out. Bomb hasn't gone down just here. Maybe Berserk waiting, trying to play this one, and he knows that if he plays this one well, there he's going to be the round win, and maybe Berserk definitely parking it through. But Mossifer is gone. Uh-oh. He doesn't really have time. Needs to take down maybe Berserk right now. And so there is going to be the tap. And he's going to be spotted as well. Wow, Swinburne. They found the right angles at UTS. Caught completely undefended. And they had nothing to do with it. It's just disadvantage upon disadvantage.
This all keeps stacking up, doesn't it? And we'll see if they are going to be able to find themselves a further advantage heading into the next rounds here. 5 to 5. This game is fully alive and well, and no one has taken the lead yet. So we'll see if anyone's going to take the lead in these next 2 rounds. Sangrias ready and waiting. Big damage going to be taken and gets locked out. KFC breaking in. Good start. And more following. UTS blessing the timeline with kill after kill. Spilling blood everywhere they go. Maybe Berserk holding through towards short there. Do have their teammate Blossom separated in CT spawn as well. But teammates will work together. on the T side and will be able to shut them down. So maybe Berserk, last player standing here. And in all honesty, probably just going to have to save for the last round at this point. Like, it's a grim reality they've been pushed into in this round. So probably carry that M4, the util, the armor into the last one and have another go.
Yeah, that's a. I think this is the fast pace we were all waiting for UTS. They didn't really show this dominance in the beginning, but all of a sudden, round number 11, they were just like, all right, let's go. And it was just shot after shot, everything connecting. No one dropping means it is the fullest buy that you can ever have on the side of UTS. Maybe Berserk is going to be just fine to carry his over. And that's going to be the AWP for Sangrius, I believe. The one biggest question here is, what is on the mind of Swinburne? Obviously, on the City side, they are performing. If they do lock this one down to a 6-6, it will be great. It'll be the greatest thing because UTS is the top rated team on the standings. It will give themselves something to prove and cheer about because they were able to put them on such a close standing. But at the same time, one can be worried for what the prospect is going to be. But meanwhile, Sangrius doesn't really want to take the knee shot right there. He did spot it. And there is going to be the call. 3 players locking in Rams. And I'm BK. It's going to get taken down by Boom Booms.
Yeah, taken down by Boom Booms there, and we'll see. They are going to be able to take anyone else down as well. Coffee's in a solid position outside of Tetris there. They can just hold that down, keep CTs kind of isolated with that one. If they peek out of Palace, it's good night. But we'll see how it goes. They are actually opting out of that. So good to slowly creep back. I'm going to be out at T spawned here, so the T's still got a few more options play in this round. Might go for the split A approach here. We're mid, now further solidifying it. Sangrius down, looking for more. The short players out, and there it is. Last up players, Hoof, and maybe Berserk. One in Palace, one on B. So, whichever place they go, it's the same kind of enemies they have to deal with here. Let's see. Who will find the first blow? Maybe Berserk finds one on B. So, good way to bring it up here. The bomb is down on A.
Yeah, Hoof doesn't really have an entry over here. And so we're going to be leaving it up to maybe Berserk, who's going to be making his presence known as well. So that's going to be instant take from KFC. And Hoof, yeah, he has no choice. Has to do something. So he's going to throw at least the utilities all around. But timing is not going to be around him. Look, he sees nothing. So I guess that's just going to be UTS, like, completely taking that final round. 7-5. I felt like, Swinburne really did try to do everything they can. But UTS, they had too many early advantages, and they just made it completely different. It's going to be rough. It's the test now, right? Where Swinburne was able to roll a nice few rounds in the beginning onto their CT side. They're going to have to show a complete different ball game on the T. And if UTS is already warmed up and ready to go here, it could just be a one-way show.
Yeah, it could be a one-way show, a one-way ticket to paradise. And we'll see what this one is going to look like into the pistol now. UTS going to be on top of things and holding a fourth. What could it be? Swinburne creeping up. I like KFC's angle here. They're so ready. Look at that. Great fall off there as well. They don't get too keen. They just pick up the kill, fall straight back. Speaking of falling back, Coffee falls back into attack, taking down player after player. How is Coffee still alive? What is going on here? What is that? What is happening? This round, this is Counter-Strike. We're going crazy right now. Boom Boom's expert still alive. And still trying to hold on to their team's hopes there. That was an absolute moment of calamity. And Boom Booms is going to turn that into even more to try and keep this round up for their team. Oh my gosh. And the Boom Boom might be able to make things go boom boom. If they get on to that bomb there, we'll see if they can get close to it. In a bit of a tough spot right now, but it doesn't matter. I am BK trying to shut him out. Surely one in the same. And there we have it. UTS managed to take over.
Honestly, if VK didn't tap off coffee, he would have still lived. That's what I solely believe. The man was just completely living, and he was immortal. It had to take his own team to also assist the enemy to take him down in order for him to go down, and that was quite interesting to see. But in a moment like that, you know, it's CS. That's what we used to see. And of course, bounce up, TS. Oh my god, just getting dinked right here. Maybe for a second, who taking a ton of damage, and it's gonna beat the spray and pray by the end of the day. Dropping only one. It's a lowest cost effective play coming in from UTS. They recognize it. They know exactly what's going to be happening. And yeah, they will take it confidently. It is a really good round. And now it's the bonus. If Swinburne drops this and the AKs gets picked up and donated, it is just complete economy bankroll.
We are going to be jumping into it once again. Coffee smoked out there. Trying to put a bit of fire between them. Why not? We'll see. They do manage to flow though. T stack up top of mid there. They got one in Palace, one through two. BAPS here. AFC flashed out, falls back. Good timing on that one, but Coffee capitalizes in a window there. Will be able to start things off. VK doing one of the same. A good isolation picks there. Slowly whittling down the numbers for Swinburne here. But they do strike back. Sangrius is good to open the account on A. And now a split could be in order. They've got one in connector, one coming up through spawn as well. But they haven't committed fully just yet.
That was a little bit of a rough one. The timing was definitely there on the side of UTS, but Swinburne did get the off angle, and now there is the call. I'm a little bit worried because there is no utilities really coming their way, and as they are coming through, there is at least gonna be the play. Elite, what an angle to completely pop up unchecked. There is gonna be the play. Who from CT though is gonna walk in, finds Coffee in a 2v1 now. Has to find it and do it all, but time not in his favor. Bomb still not around. It's a little bit close, yet a little bit far. And this is the worrisome situation. Head get popped instantly by KFC, and I tell you what, that's exactly what we don't want to see. But hey, UTS says, give us those guns, we will take those AKs, and we're gonna make them work.
Yeah, let's see if it is gonna work. What is gonna be in store here? Is it time for UTS to prime up, ready for action? Or is it time for Swinburne to strike back? Their economy certainly telling a different story, but the round ahead of us will tell the real story. Big stack up outside of B right now. Could be an overwhelming approach to get that bomb straight down. We'll see if they are gonna succeed as they speed their way through. IMVK, good spray down, does find one, not good for any more, but they do a lot of damage in the meantime. The shots come out once again there. KFC and Co already pushing up short, pushing up market right now. The T is trying to get that bomb down quick as lightning and succeed. So mission accomplished in that respect, but still, they have to try and hold on to this round. Ooh. And caught from behind there, unlucky for maybe Berserk. Woof 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 is deleted in the apartment as well. So UTS blessed the timeline with an 11th now. And Swinburne, a rough one again, but they do succeed in getting that plant down. They need something to give them a little cash injection there. And it does work out quite wonderfully.
Yeah, locking that money in. Swinburne, gotta be holding close to something else. And there's not gonna be any choice to also. We're not going to be seeing anything that's going to be slow. Swinburne, if they elected to put another AWP on the side of Sangris, it could just beat the mid play into check. As they are not going to be choosing that route, they are going to be going back to the full 4-1 and try to play for that mid. I can respect this decision because obviously there has been a lot of times where UTS has shown complete dominance on the CT side, thus having the aim, and because of the timing to cover man-to-man has hurt the side of Swinburne, so it hasn't picked up any momentum. But at the second, you know, those angles hasn't really been fully checked just yet, and there are some mistakes that's going to be committed. Got to be really careful on how they want to approach this. Elite, meanwhile, sees and hears a whole bunch trying to spray, but he goes down with Coffee.
They sure do, but Mossifer brings it right back, holding things down on the A site right now. Spotted under Palace there. Sangria has a cheeky little angle there. Oh my gosh, IMVK, the nasty surprise! It's a sneak attack! KFC, not ready for it. And Swinburne, bring it back. Imp, they're back on the board, back on the menu.
When you do get one of those rounds, you're just going to be smiling because it's not something that you get to play quite often, especially since it's AKs all around playing without too much info. And then it's just the method of surprise. 3 men committing into connector that's full of smoke. That was a very gutsy call, and you paid dividends. In the meantime, they finally get one up from the switch. Coffee meanwhile waiting, and Sangris has now been activated, taking down Coffee and KFC. This is exactly what they're looking for. If they're able to get a few more out of here, that will be amazing. And of course, UTS quickly elects to pick up the AWP on Mossifer. Doesn't really have too much to say with it because, you know, he does find the kill though. But will he be able to take this into the next round? That is the next question.
See if they are going to be able to make it happen here. Nice shots there, but it's not going to connect. Mossifer's does though. They're still ahead for the T's here. And now even more poor Mossifer getting cooked alive. IMVK. Oh, they spotted them. Nice timing there, but not nice enough. Woof, woof, woof. Plays around that orb and torpedoes them into another round victory. So, round 7 for Swinburne. It's going to be a good way to press on, and I reckon they're good for 8, maybe even 9 as well. So they're closing the gap here, Amp. This is exactly the kind of building blocks they need in order to stay competitive here.
Exactly right. 4 rounds is definitely recoverable, especially when you're forcing the opposite side to go on the eco, and there is going to be the aggression. Now that Nate's going to provide value as well. 2 goes down, 3, 4, and the 5th one. They only get 1. And Swinburne says, no problem. Let's go next. See and show me. What else do you got? Because, you know, when you have one of those rounds on the CT side, yes, you can slow down the round and maybe try to get a kill or 2. But then if you try to play on the stack, sometimes it just works out. In that one, nothing worked out, so we won't say too much about it. Swinburne knows that they need to quickly slow things down a little bit, just in case they get a little bit too overly aggressive and rushing it out. Don't want to be caught out onto the end of it. They do have AWP back on Sangris as well, and that is the value. Him and Hoof, primary players that can do it all. As they are locking it in, right? I have to remind everyone, Swinburne is in the final place. UTS is coming first right now in the current standings. Right? Yes, it's also one of those games where you're like thinking, hang on a second, you know, David versus Goliath. What's happening? It's actually Swinburne gonna be doing a lot more like damage to UTS? Or is it just a different kind of a style that Swinburne has said, you know what, we practice all of this stuff that we never got to use because maybe we're just trying to adjust to, you know, the competitive form. And now they busted out without a fear in the world. They are actually just proving to themselves they're doing amazing.
They're doing absolutely stunning there, and more to follow as well. Kills 4 straight in. He's trying to press up now. Got the player on the bench here waiting. KFC. T's haven't gotten past yet. Maybe Berserk, the sound is heard. They know they're around the corner. The shot's coming. They know the other one's right there as well. It's not looking good right now. If you're a T, they need a teammate desperately pressing up short. They're trying to get on in, get the right angle, strangle away in for something. And let's see if they can manage it. The timing's good here. Woof, woof, woof. Finds it, but their teammate's gone too little too late. They shut the gate. Woof, woof, woof. Chimes in. And it's down to a 1v1. Somehow, against all odds, they've made this theirs. Bomb still not down yet, though, but Delete on the timing could be good for it. They're baiting that tap there, waiting. But Delete's not moving. They're playing patient here.
Oh my god. What is happening? Who is checking all the angles. This man is paranoid. He says, hang on a second. I am confident. There are players waiting. Oh, oh no. And now here's the final timing coming out. Delete is slowly gonna be walking it out. He was checking the other side for a second. Okay. I'm a little bit perplexed. I'm a little bit perplexed over here. Delete knows that the one plant was at B. He decided to swing a little bit to have a look at A. So here's gonna be the smoke. We're gonna find it. Oh my god, it's just gonna be a walk up, straight up headshot. And that's gonna be the defuse, cause yeah, he has a kid. He was ready. 12-8. UTS was shaken, not stirred. They have activated 4.
They sure have activated. And we'll see if they are going to be able to activate some more heading in to these next few rounds. UTS get a map point here. Swinburne got a lot of hard work to put in if they want to go to OT here. We'll see if they are going to be able to manage it, or if UTS will manage to take it one step further. Nade comes down straight in on Coffee there. Still alive, but Coffee is executed and more to follow. IMVK can't even trade. Swinburne Parade is their day.
Oh my goodness. Ossifer, the only one with a kill right now. Desperate trying to get something done, but gets executed right after. Now just up to KFC. It's a 1v4. I don't like his chances. Yeah, the round definitely don't have anything else. He is gonna put some damage onto Boom Booms as well, and they know where he is. And so, you know, most likely they're all gonna be completing their check on him. It's like him walking through fire. Look at that long distance. Look at how many people all around him. He gets no retreat. He gets no quarters. And Swinburne locking down round number 9. This is still an eco round from UTS. They forced the issue. They kept on rolling it in. It was not the division that they hoped for, but they really wanted to make a point and just finish him off right there. Swinburne denying it means that they have a round right here where they can bring it all the way back. They can get onto double digits. And against UTS, this is something that they can talk about and review as well. So let's have a look at what UTS's eco round is going to look like.
Yeah, we'll see what this round is going to be looking like now. Shot comes out on Sangrius there. Nice stun. Let's see if they can manage to find more. Mustafa holding connector. T's ready to pressure this one. Playing BK a bit too keen there. Going on an adventure in the never-ending story. Their story comes to an end.
Oh, Elite, have an angle, and he's gonna quickly get a headshot. We'll take a Monster Fury also with a headshot. Oh, but Boom Booms was still around, but maybe Berserk is gone. It's a 2v2. What is happening here? Sangrius does spot his target. Gotta be careful here. KFC gets eliminated, and now it's just gonna be Mossy for 1-on-2. The man doesn't have anything else. Trying to get a headshot. Sangrius sees the situation, is gonna quickly retreat, making it a little bit difficult. Boom Booms, meanwhile, a man doesn't have to do anything. They just have to wait, get it delivered, choke him out, and that's what's gonna be happening. Meanwhile, Boom Booms! Oh my god, not even a slight tap here. Okay, and now UTS, they know it. Mossifer knows exactly what they are doing. The thing is, he's powerless to run up there. And confirming the final little bit of play. He gets no gun, he gets no quarters, he doesn't get to events or play anything else. There's no pickup for him, and that is the most saddest area that you can be doing as a CT right now. And so, it's a 1-on-2, going in, picking blind. He doesn't have to save or anything. He's just probably gonna have to run in. Yeah, it's gonna make his presence known. And yeah, let's jump in. Who's gonna be the one to pick up the kill? Sangria is going to be the first one to have that opening. And then one of the two is going to have to do something. There's not enough time. And that's going to be it. Sangria locks it down. 12-10. We are still rolling.
Still rolling. And we are gonna be jumping in one more step at a time here, Amp. It is looking solid. It's looking good right now. And eager to see if we are gonna take it all the way deep in towards OT here, or whether it'll all be done here and now. As a app comes through for UTS, and we'll see. They are going to be able to lock it down, lock in. Whether they could get locked out by Swinburne. They will be able to control mid once again. Good for playing that early territory there, trying to see if they can seek out an avenue of attack through towards connector or short here. CTs are holding these angles very closely right now. Speaking of close, KFC gets close behind and manages to go for the backstab.
Coffee, oh, Coffee. Got a little bit too curious, but it's going to be traded by Mossiford. There's also going to be a spot on Sangris. There's going to be a little bit more. Boom Booms is down. And now, what's going to be the play? They need to try to activate something, but Sangris gets traded here. Oh my god, BK on fire right now. Mossiford not going to be able to do anything. It's a 3v1. Who has the bomb. 45 seconds left onto the clock. He's going to have to be doing a miracle work right here. Let's see. What does he have? What he has to do is just try to lock down the B side. Does he think it's going to be the B side? He doesn't get to choose here. Either you're going to quickly descend down and make a lot of noise, or you're going to have to play into the apartments. KFC is going to be waiting with open arms. He sees nothing because the smoke is deterring it. KFC. Prime angle. What's going to be the reaction from Hoof? Okay, here we go. It's going to be nothing. KFC gets a headshot. 13-10. GG's to UTS.
GG's. Hard work pays off in the end there, and they're certainly going to be proud of themselves with that result. And what a result it was. My gosh. A game for the ages there. Definitely, it was quite a nail-biter, wasn't it? It was almost surprisingly so. You know, I thought that would be a much quicker endeavor than what it was, but Swinburne, they played very impressively. You know, they managed to get some nice early momentum there, and then managed to almost bring it all the way back for OT in the end. Yeah, they really stepped up to the plate, and just makes me excited for what's going to be going down in their future.
I think because we had a 13-3 and then a 13-2, we were expecting our top team to really just, you know, show us exactly what they made out of, why they are undefeated. But yeah, look, I guess if this is what Swinburne has been hiding, if this was the chains unleash, that they've finally decided to unshackle, then I'm looking forward to the next season with Swinburne, especially if they can continuously to improve just like that. You know, doing tons of damage, double digit. It could have swung another way as well. You know, we could have easily went into OT if there was any more momentum being built up. And yeah, it's a bright future, definitely. And of course, with that being said, UTS, they have locked in that first seed, so they definitely gotta feel good about it.
Yeah, got to be feeling good, got to be feeling great, and eager to see what else is going to be on the horizon here. You know, with that victory, I believe UTS are going to be securing their seeding there, top of the ladder, so that's going to be good for them heading towards the playoffs there. Definitely feeling good about that one, but we'll see what's in store when we do get into the playoffs later. Still, fun times ahead, fun times indeed, and eager to see what else is going to be on the cards for us tonight. You know, maybe we don't see Ancient for a whole night. We'll have a clean sweep. My gosh, that would be good. That would be very good. But I don't think we're that blessed, you know. But who knows? Who knows? But you know what I do know? I know. Did somebody say KFC?
Hello.
Hey, welcome in, mate, and congrats on the victory. And I guess what a hard fought game. I'm curious, what kind of went wrong for you guys for it to get that close?
To be honest, I got no warm up because the game started a bit early, and I'm like, oh man. So yeah, no warm up. Just a bit rusty. It's all good. We'll get in tune when it comes to playoffs.
Fair enough. Obviously, well, look, we've seen how you guys perform over the weeks and everything, and let's just discuss tonight when you came down to the early performance. How do you guys feel like now that you've locked down the #1 seeding?
Yeah, with the #1 seed, I mean, we were undefeated for a while. A bit unfortunate with the one loss, but it is what it is. Yeah, #1 seed is very good. Just gonna make it an easier run to the finals.
Now that's good. Definitely admire the confidence there. And I guess heading through to the playoffs, is there any teams which you feel might be able to play to be competitive against you guys?
Probably UNSW. They've combo, old teammate. Freaking dogged us to go to UNSW. So yeah, UNSW is probably the team we're looking to verse.
That's fair enough. Yeah, well, I was actually talking about it earlier. KFC combo. Every time we cast, you guys make me hungry. You especially. But look,
My
final.
bad.
Nah, it's deliciously good. Never change. But final thoughts about how your team synergy. Like, is this your peak form? Or you guys already gelled enough that you feel like it's already a very well-oiled machine?
Yeah, the more we play, the more oiled we get. When we get Kaze back in, we'll be even better.
Great to hear, and looking forward to that. Heading towards the playoffs there, KFC. Definitely going to be fun times ahead. And yeah, I got to say a big congratulations to you and your team once again. Great job through the season. Congrats on securing first seed. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys can do.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good night.
Yes.
Thank you. There you go. So we get to hear from one of our awesome players again, and definitely keen to see them again heading into the playoffs. They're going to be some fun matches. I'm certain of that, Emp. We've seen it's heating up in the season across all titles, and I'm keen to see what this one turns into. But one more game right around the corner. We're going to get that one set up for you, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. We are back. We are so back for the AEL University Elite Series. CS2, Matsy, Emperor ZK looking to our final match of the evening. It's Monash taking on USID. The battle of our esports clubs. Let's see who is going to be taking victory here tonight. It's going to be a fun one indeed. We've had plenty of fun. And here are our rosters.
Representing Monash, you have Justin, QCCC, Zach Joe, 5+1, and Leo117. On the side of USID, you have Park Rain, W's, T-Master, Shoko, LZJ, MJH, and we are ready to settle themselves down.
Oh yeah, we are ready to settle it down and get down to business here, Amp. It is going to be a fun time ahead indeed, I'm sure. Both our rosters are very keen to, show us what they can do. I'm very excited for what they're going to be able to push out in the game here, and I'm really interested in the interview thereafter as well. Honestly, I think both our teams, they've had great amounts of time in the sun, so to speak, and eager to see what they're going to be able to do on this final match. But let's talk about what is that going to entail. Oh, it's going to entail Anubis! Yeah! That's what we want to see! Another map! It's Anubis on the card. We've seen Dust, we've seen Mirage, Double Time, and now we kick it off with Anubis!
Ah, we are free. The night is just beautiful. It is a little bit cold. It is a little bit, rainy. It's a little bit, it's a little bit of everything. But all of a sudden, not seeing the lush green, I'm going to be cheering for it. And right now, here comes the night between Monash and USID. These two teams, who's going to be the first one that decided? Well, right now, it looks very even. And now, it's still even. It's going to be Monash. And so, this is one of those matches where Monash can really decide their pacing and pull USID to the pick. If they are going to go straight to the T's, it will be great. But, we have seen some strange stuff all around when it comes to the Elite Series, and things could be crazy as we are just waiting. I am looking forward to one of the first Anubis in a long time.
Absolutely there, Amp, and eager to see exactly what this Anubis is going to entail as our teams ready and waiting into the warm-up stage at the moment. Just preparing themselves for action here. Preparing to see what could be in store as they get shot for shot. Ready to go momentarily here. Should they stay or should they go? There we go. We have USID on CT and Monash on the T side. So, pause. Not getting into it yet. Almost.
Yeah, this is the traditional start. This is what you want when you play Anubis. You want a heavy focus onto that aggression. Nice and early, I can respect it from Monash. It's not going to be any of the crazy stuff that we're going to be seeing. So that's going to be just fine. Meanwhile, on the side of USID, their clear way of victory right here has to be coming in straight into a fast pick. Has to be like, really just put themselves in and just strap it in for the early kills. If they don't, obviously things can be looking rather tough and could be sitting around like 3-4 rounds where the contention is just a little bit too hot. But on the side of Monash, this is exactly what you want to start. You get everything that you want. If you get the plant, if you get the early stacking, if you want to go for the split, if you want to push into the mid, I'll be very interested to see what kind of game style that Monash is going to be bringing, because the previous few weeks, they brought in things that really surprised me, where I thought, this is a completely different Monash. We haven't seen Monash this flat up and, playing so well in a very long time, where USID was the one that was hotly contested. Everyone was fearful of USID, but in the last few weeks, didn't have the greatest results. That has costed them a little bit of rounds here and there. And so, as both players are now in the middle of the pack, anything can happen. And if Monash edges out a huge win here, things can look even more interesting in our standings.
They sure can, Amp, and eager to see how those standings shape up at the end of the night, to be honest. It's been, my thought throughout the whole evening as to exactly which direction we are going to be heading in with all that's going down here. So, we'll see exactly what we are going to be looking into here. I like the, thinking on it, I like the views of the map right now. I saw that chicken lurking around the site, Great to see the chicken, the star of the show, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's really nice. And then we also get a little bit of a look of the ancient bath as well. And just recognizing what this map really is supposed to be. It's supposed to be representing the oasis. We don't really get much because when we talk about oasis, sometimes people always talk about those lush greens that we don't really want to be in. But we're talking about, like, you have the sandy beach, you have the waters, you're listening to the calm wave. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. Makes us thirst and crave for even more action. And as that's going to be happening, it looks like we are now finally ready to go. 5 more seconds to be just rolling it in. Give it up to UCIT versus Monash.
Yeah, giving it up and getting it down to business. We jump into round 1. Fight! Park Rain. Gonna be holding it down on mid there. Ooh, good shots coming through. But we'll only be on the receiving end of damage for now. I can see the T's pondering their options, wrapping through spawn, ready for the site take here. CT's ready around the corner as well. You can tell they're posted up. A little crossfire set up here. Flash over the top. Smoked out though, so they're going to have to wait. Rap's already coming in through connector there. The T's get the spot there, not able to shut them down though. They don't know where to focus. 5+1, just a split division on the fire there. But hey, objective complete. They got the bomb down, and W's is chiming in.
Yeah, 5+1 in a great position. Zactor for the double. And Team Master, doesn't get really the angle, but Shoko here for the recovery. They are going to be okay to get this defuse going. Yeah, I have to say, this could have been rather dangerous on the side of UCIT. It felt like that, at any moment, given that they could have lost everything because they didn't have all the positions from Monash, and Monash played it really nicely. I felt like they were pretty confident into that push, and that's exactly what you want to be doing as the T side. One most important note on here is that given that we're playing Anubis, this could be one of those maps where you just play super aggressive from the beginning all the way to the end. And Monash right here, investment in Galeos, Max, all the utilities in the world. How much value do they get?
How much value do they get, and how much value will they seek? The util spills out now. Good smoke cutting off the connector there. It's going to be waiting things out for the moment. Good shots through the smoke there as well. Seeking out a bit of information here to see if they can find something from it. But they're not looking to engage just yet. They're holding back for the second. CT's pretty patient here. That patience is going to be tested in just a moment, though. The T's are creeping up on this one, are ready to burst into the site. Util in hand. They don't have much, but they've got enough to get it going. And let's see how it goes.
5+1, first one, LZG. He does see a whole bunch of them. He's going to get quickly taken out. There's going to be the full collapse here. All three is going to be spraying to W's. And that's exactly what you want when you go into the side, collapsing correctly. Too many angles, looking to maybe transfer a gun as well, just waiting because it's a little bit dangerous. Meanwhile, you see it, 3 players just sitting around. Can't really be doing too much in this situation because Monash, they're very healthy. All 5 members relatively strong. And yeah, I guess they're just going to be saying, all right, well, you can take that round. We don't want to be dropping our guns and going for a full eco reset. I can respect it. This is one of those situations, the decision from UC does come out clear. They know exactly the advantage and the disadvantages of, of playing into any round. If they decide to go for it, it could have been super dangerous. If they didn't want to go for it, it could have also went southway. So yeah, an absolute little bit of victory from Monash, and they will love to have that. Although you don't want to be losing your guns like that, Parkrane will take one at least.
They sure will, Amp. They sure certainly will. And let's see what else they are going to be able to do now. As they hold it down around at number 3. Breaking into it. And let's see who's going to be able to take things down now. Big stack up on the A side here. The CPDs are ready for it, but the Ts have taken mid control pretty deep here. We're going to potentially push up a connector through Plat there. They do manage to take down T-Master, so now forced to fall back through main. It's the rest of the usage squad. Shots with their pistols, and it just ain't happening. So Monash going to be getting a plant down safe and secure.
Yeah, not much you can do about that situation. Monash knows exactly how to be playing into it. You can see UC trying to play and get the surprise in. Justin meanwhile looking, might just get 2 right here with the crosshair. It's going to be getting the first one. Nice shots connecting to Parkrane. And now Monash definitely is a great place to be. Shoko meanwhile is also going to get taken out. So the guns are not going to be carried over. W is waiting to maybe play for an exit. It's not going to be giving anything. No gun to be picked up. It's just going to survive on his own. It is probably one of the worst outcomes that you can be getting. Although you do denial is not going to be enough. So you sit still chasing.
Still chasing. Still shooting. And ready to see what's going to be on the horizon here. So we jump in. It's round number 4 now. Let's get ready to go and see which way this one is going to go now. You said in a strugglesome situation here, but not an impossible one. Let's see what they can do jumping into this one now. They hold back onto A main here. Nade going through mid, ready to clear a bit of space. W's ready to overwhelm though, but RRNY says goodbye to the vast majority there, leaving it all up. It's a Parkrane here. And they have been spotted. We'll be able to shoot one down. Taking the chicken with them. How could you? But they will. And that's going to be a nice gun pickup there. But are they going to be able to take it down again? Ooh, taking a bit of damage. It's looking a bit like an issue here, Em.
They are going to be pushing him. Zach Joe got a little bit overzealous. I felt like, yeah, it's okay, but this is expensive now. Parkrane was not supposed to have anything to do with this round. All of a sudden, you give him 3 kills. It means this is gonna... Oh my goodness. You're gonna give him a 4K. He might have lost a round, but I tell you what, that is a win on the player that you do not want a win on. He knows it. Now you've accelerated his growth. 1, he can either give that AK to his friends, and he's gonna be looking at eventually popping off in the AWP. 2, it's all the spirits in the world that you need in order to pop off for the rest of your team, to just be like their full support, and it's gonna be one of those. So it's in one of the worst moments that you can be looking at. Monash wins the round. At what price?
What price? That's gonna be right there, Amp. Is it going to be? We jump in to round 5 now. Big boost here. I like the angle, but there's no T's going to enter that castle. So we are going to be holding back in A main here. LZ ready. Waiting patiently nearby. W's taking a lot of punishment as well. The T's winning this battle of utility so far, but they haven't committed yet. They can split it out, go through B connector there, potentially even run it up A main here. Parkrane, good to try and get some suppressive fire, but no one's in there on the top of the mid section, so it's going to be looking to wait things out here. And almost heading towards the minute mark, it's definitely looking like a tight spot for Monash. But I reckon this clash is only just beginning.
All right, RNY might just be dicing this one, trying to get an entry 5+1. Meanwhile, taking a little bit of damage. It's not too bad, but the thing is, they haven't really made themselves well known yet. Meanwhile, W's sees a whole bunch. Nice little bit of time to try to pump up, but gets denied. LZ though will take the 2. Was almost good for the 3rd. Rotation does come around. Gotta also be careful if RNY is going to be around, and you can see the rest of Monash knows that this is a no entry zone. You see we're all here, and now they see nothing. The re-rotation is going to be coming in. They're going to be coming from the back in one of the worst situations to be playing. UC has no choice but to give the side up, and now all 3 making it from main. QCCC, they might just have to trade bodies for. So here comes a quick flash. Finds QCCC, but it's just going to be traded. And just like that, it's a 2v2. They need to invest the rest in. But the thing is, Monash, they are happy to be playing for it. Smoke gets tapped, and there is going to be at least one given up. The nade finds value, huge value, and they're all gone.
All gone. All over Red Rover, and we'll see what this pause is going to bring now. Ooh, looks like we've got some technical difficulties for a second here, folks, so hopefully should be all resolved momentarily. But still gives both teams a chance to ponder on things for a moment, I suppose, so hopefully everything should be all good in a second here. You can see the team just having a discussion about their fallen comrade there, just really focused up on what can we do here?
Although things are looking a little bit dire on the side of UCID, I don't think it's in the worst place to be in, especially given that Anubis is very T-sided, so aggression is just so much more faster than how you can respond. And, at the same time, Monash play to their strength. They haven't really, made any major mistakes. In fact, they've been playing out of their minds. They've been aiming well. They've been having the angles, holding the side, recognizing the rotations. Everything is to be commended upon. But the biggest factor now is that we haven't seen a control in water in quite a little bit. I gotta say, UC has been trying to get a little bit overly aggressive onto it, trying to defend, but it's just being punished. And so Monash recognizing that they do have the mid control, they take water control, and then right after they split the side up, making it very difficult for UC to be reacting, and that's something that they can, take home to. But, still, it's the next question. How much more do we get out of this T-side value? That's the biggest one coming out from me. And at the same time, when will UC fund their groove, get an AWP on Park Rain, and then invest that fully back into the team? Because right now, economy is not in the greatest shape. If they don't string at least 2 to 3 rounds rolling the ball in, there's no AWP to be played for him.
Exactly right. They need to invest in their future in this game, and you get to see exactly how they plan to do that as we jump into round 6 here. He's just taking it easy for a moment. Dishing out a bit of util damage early, always going to be good. They can hold in water there. Ooh, big peak actually coming through main. The flash works out for LZ. They can smoke off main, delay the time a bit longer here. If they'd stayed a second longer, it would have been their life gone. But they are going to be A-OK for now. T still holding that angle too. Have a bit of mid control. Well, not anymore. Not going to be able to stroll through that angle. W's ready to shut them out. And does bring up the hopes here for UCID.
Well, that's exactly what you want to see from UCID. Monash now. Things are slowing down. W's taking a ton of damage, but he's going to be okay. Quickly gets a rotation. QCCC knows that he has to be marking the side. He doesn't get a little tap into B at all. Cannot be playing the outside. 5+1 slowly trying to make through mid. And this is one of those contentions. Right? As T, you really need it, but R and Y gets quickly taken out. T Master carrying and making sure that the back is going to be cut off for now. Does see the shadow. Was a little bit surprised at the pop-up, but Justin quickly gets to the side. Instantly sees a smoke. Can't really do anything about it, so he chucks one in reverse just in case. And one has to imagine what's going to be the play here. Monash now down 2 players. 5+1 also gone. W's walking in. AK's in hand. And now up to Justin. The one to do it all. walking back through to spawn with nothing in hand. He says, see you later. I do not have the timing. I don't have the information. And that's already going to be a good one. So just as I said, you know, Monash has the edge, has a little bit of the head start. But UC didn't look all that bad.
No, they didn't look all that bad at all. And you can see that. Like, the results are just speaking to themselves there. And both teams are really able to keep this one pretty close knit all the way through. And it's great to see that they're keeping on top of things here. We'll see what this next round turns into, though, because already both teams ready to go. Monash should be more of a split one in this one. They can see they got a few Mac 10s. AK's there. Util's looking solid, but I don't know if this is going to be enough for them. If they go for a fast play here, might actually work out. You know, I think the Mac 10s definitely have a time and place. And if they can play close with them, or just rush in, turn a player into the entry, fantastic. But they do let one slip. RRNY says goodbye, not watching that angle as their teammate slip past. So, CT strike from the shadows and pull ahead by 1.
Yeah, that's a rather tough one where you don't have control over water properly. Not really smoking off the gap here is going to cost them tons. And now, meanwhile, as Monash, they've got 2 players with max. And it's one of those things that you got to provide full cover, especially when you have 5+1 onto the A side, trying to play at least a little bit of distraction. Look at that. You do not get to advance into B. You see 3 players ready, just continuously piled on. Zacjo taking a ton of damage. They are going to try their best to make it in. Quickly finding the kills. And there's going to be the more. Oh, Team Master denies them all. 3 to his name. He eventually goes down, but W's is here for the trade. It is absolutely beautiful masterclass defense from UCIT, and they will overtake the lead.
They sure will, Amp. Overtake the lead and speed ahead. Only a few more rounds left in this half here, and eager to see who is going to be our victor. Both teams have been powering through, but UCIT have a pretty grand opportunity to take another round or 2, especially considering the state of Monash's economy right now. Only one of them's got the AK there, the rest are going to be on just Tech 9s, Mac 10. It's not great, and it only gets worse as they've already lost their primary weapon there. Left down to 4 players, but they've managed to take A site control. They do have a couple of stragglers in connector, though, ready to stop them. Shots coming out. RRNY actually delivers. They'd still have more work to do. Pushing around the bends here, trying to creep up. See if they can jump up, push through the smoke. It works out. And that's an opening for a plant right here.
RNY, he is still on check. Shoko finishers of Zacjo. Oh, hang on a second. This Mac has just provided so much value. He eventually goes down. But I tell you what, you will take that as Monash. Absolutely. Especially since you came in here without really too much. You denied 4 guns and you get a plant. I say, you know, you take that as a happy yippee, you know. And yeah, what else can you say about it? Like, if imagine if he kept on cleaning up with that Mac, it would have been disastrous. It would have been the biggest clip on the internet that we're going to put out there. And Monash would have been lethal at the opportunity. Meanwhile, it is round number 9, and the guns are up.
Guns are up and ready to go. And let's see where they are going to be going with them now. Shots coming out. 5+1. They're good for the double down in water there. We'll be looking to find him more as well. Does get traded eventually. W's. Ooh, timing's good. They catch him on the reload and watch them implode with the nade there. Well-placed timing from Team Master, but B-site has now been opened up. RRNY, this angle is huge. They don't even know, and Team Master goes down. So a great opening, but it's not a great for long. W's still there. RRNY fires it off, but W's is already out. They're pushing in. Their teammate trying to get there as quick as they can. The timing's no good. QCCC's down. RNY forced to try and live, and they will take him down. 1v1. LZ gives away their position as well. Pushing through main here. RNY set up in... Oh! They can't manage it! Oh my gosh, I thought they had it with the crouch peak, but it just wasn't meant to be. You, Sid, pull it together, Emp, and steal the round away.
That was crazy. Monash had such a head start, had everything ready and rightfully theirs, but they just kept on being denied, and you see it steal such an important round away from them means that they complete their set, especially on CT. Now, when I go and get into a match like Anubis, T's are always running away with extra rounds every single round, and they're the ones that completes their set first. But now it's a complete different story. It's a very close Nate here. Shoko also looking, and Justin taking a ton of damage. This is where UC's defense has fully come alive.
We are going to jump into it again. Taking it slow here. Suppressive fire through mid there. Not going to be finding anyone on the other side of it. Justin, though, does open up. Ooh, Shoko forced out as well. Good usage of the fire there. Look to dish out a bit more with that one, but Monash take the little wins when they can. Nice nade there. That was a cool flashbang coming through. We'll see if Zach Show will spot them. Someone else going to get spotted. Vibe +1 opens the account, looking for more, pushing in through A main here. Trying to see if they can find anyone else, but Shoko is the Grim Reaper right now, doing a lot of work for their team. And they will get traded eventually, down to the 1v2 for QCCCC.
He has to drop because the bomb got dropped. I'm so confused. I thought Monash, they had the early kills. They definitely had all the angles. I thought, all right, for sure, we're going to get the full push onto A. But then, because they decided to keep on playing, hovering around water, they just all got taken out, like one after another. It's like, yeah, we try to body back. And then there's another one on the side of UC that says, all right, well, I'll take the place. And eventually the bomb gets dropped. You created a very unwinnable situation. And so now UC winning on the CT side on Anubis, this is already heaps. This is advantages given over. Park Rain gets taken out really quick. And this is going to be just no hold bar. They just kept on rolling it in. 3v3 now. Team Master, a great smoke coming through. Make sure that he does get a little bit of defense here. UCCC gets taken down. LZ also down. That's the side. That's the opening. Monash, finally an opportunity at a full open.
Opportunity to blast the doors down here. And let's see what they can do now. Bomb goes down. Pushing into A main, one through CT as well. There's a chance here to wrap around. The T's need to work together though. Nade coming through from W's there. Time is against them here. Fire though could be good, but not good enough. T-Masters down. It's all going to be up to W's now. Push in or don't. The time is ticking. They need to get a move on. Make or break in this one. Shots come out. It's just not good enough. And Monash deliver a fourth round for themselves.
They'll take it. First real opportunity where they were able to play it according to plan. Every time they took down the first early player, they were just like, all right, we're going to quickly do ourselves a disservice and push for a side that we have no claim or info to. But finally, they were able to push their edge, and that's great. Meanwhile, UCID doesn't really have all the guns in the world, and he's going to find Justin. It's going to be quick trade of 5+1 gets 2. There is also going to be the trade in reverse. The 3v3. I'm not sure I fully agree with LZ right there. I feel like that was a little bit too preemptive. Meanwhile, it's going to be Park Rain and W's. Park Rain, not really much of a gun right there. It's going to be opting to try to get a backup from W's. Meanwhile, Monash should be able to walk this one down, although it doesn't matter how they get it. It's just what the angle is going to be. W's, meanwhile, if he does, it jumps to R and Y, that could be devastating. And and is going to be able to do so. Now has a gun. It's going to be quickly denied. Did not have info for the rest. Park Rain here. Oh my god, waiting. Gets the tap. Quite low himself. He needs it. Does he get it? He's going to be spotting it. No, he does not. That was so close.
8 HP there, and 1 second longer, and they actually could have taken that one. So really solid effort from Park Rain there, but QCCC will be able to pull it away in the end. So keeping it close and competitive in the end there, 5-7, favoring UCIT at the moment. Definitely a fun match to watch here. And eager to see what is going to come out of this one. Who will be able to pull ahead in this next pistol here? UCIT now on the T side, Monash on CT. And we are getting into the second half now. Let's see how it all goes down. It's Monash, heavy presence on the A site right now. T's, though, just looking to venture straight through mid. Might even get straight onto A. The train don't stop. Oh, they're wrapping to CT. They got someone waiting for them, QCCC. They're going to have a nasty surprise in a second. And that's a sweet good night. So a good start from UCIT there. Overwhelming force works out.
Oh, that is so smart from Park Rain as well. Quickly just goes back onto the side to quickly put a few shots in. Now the plan is in. Monash very, very confused at what that pace was supposed to be. Now they have to pick and roll. If Shoko gets taken down though, waiting on a second. W's and Park Rain, they are both going to be able to just pick up the rest of the players. And I will say, things might have looked a little bit different, but the pacing from UC definitely dictated how that round was supposed to be played. And they took Monash by surprise. Like, usually you can get surprised and it's just everything is irrecoverable. But that one was just a straight up execution. UC says, we don't have to be playing this game. We quickly play to how we practice, and that was beautiful. And now they do have the guns. Monash, it's a full straight up stack. They are already making the beeline, trying to make any clear to play, but they're all burning. Is that the value that you wanted? The nade is also going to find a little bit more damage with the 5+1, but Team Master spraying it in. He has backup. Then there is everyone there. They're all falling. Now up to Justin, trying to jump out, maybe get one through, looking for the dink, but it's not going to be happening. All 5 gets wiped, and UCIT will take it.
They'll take it straight to the bank there. 9th round on the board here. They're going to be happy with that, and we'll see how things go down into round 15 now. Big guns coming out. Monash ready to deliver. We got the M4s out in force, MP9 as well. Util in abundance here, so Monash have a good chance to redeem themselves, but UCIT may just be able to steam ahead as well. Good isolation on the connector angle there. Zaksho not going to be able to peek into it at all, and this gives LZ the opportunity to push up with Park Rain's suppressive fire there. So this is good to gain some ground, but we'll see what's going down in a second here. Here comes the fire.
Oh my god, Zach Joe just eats everything right there. Team Master's taking a ton of damage, but Zach Joe is going to quickly return the favor as well. There is going to be the jump, but it's going to go through in the way of LZ. And R and Y looking to try to back this one up. The thing is, do they know how much is going to be walking through the main doors here? There is going to be the flash popping it in, trying to deny the vision. R and Y quickly shuts one down. Shoko down as well. They are trying to make that in. W's is good. Team Muscle on the other side. QCCC utilizing that smoke. It is beautiful. And all of a sudden the bomb gets dropped. It's just going to be W's. Not really much he can be doing here. Like, if he does get something out of it, that would be great. But most likely, one trade-off gone is pretty much it. Right after that is pretty much a swift execution. Doesn't have info. Has a nade. Might as well be throwing it. He does see the bomb in front of him. He's trying to bait out some fire, but he knows nothing. And there he is going to be the nade. Does find Justin. A little bit of damage is going to be good by QCCC. Flanking him. 13 seconds left onto the clock. He knows it. And there he is pretty much going to be it. Monash picking up a defense.
Yeah, picking up a defense there, looking solid. They will be able to take a 6th round there, but are they going to be able to take a 7th? Let's see. They'll be one step closer now. As you said, jump into it. Ready to push in. A heavy dedication towards the A side of things at the moment. Got a couple pushing in there. One focused up on mid. A couple outside just looking towards B. One. Arc Rain. Gonna hold back for a second here. Zach Show. Shots, but RRNY locks it down. So, good start from Monash here. You said trying to redeem up mid, doubling down on the mid push. Justin ready around the doors, claws in, good trade, and it works out. But Monash still ahead now by 1. You said are on the board.
Gotta be a little bit careful. Park Crane being sacrificed in the beginning for that info could cost them really dearly, and now the pace gets slowed down. There's still not enough info on the side of UCID, LZ, and Team Master trying to make their way to the side. I don't fully agree with this situation because W's trying to provide the cover from the back is not going to be the play. And as that shot is going to give away a little bit more info, but W's does provide value. And so he's going to be calling it, trying to get the side back. Now up to Zach Joe, he finds W's instantly. And just like that, all of a sudden the damage is heaps on the side of Monash. And they are also going to just play into it. They get baited into it. What else is going to be happening? Are we even going to be seeing a plant? There is going to be the fake. The tap is right here. And just as we go through it one more time, 5+1 on to the side. Doesn't get the denial, but he will secure the round. And I tell you what, Monash, they are finding the groove.
Yeah, they're going against the curve. They're doing it pretty well. 2 rounds between them now. And we'll see how things go down in around 17 now. Monash, they're taking their steps, you know, they're climbing that ladder ramp. And it's looking stable all the way through. So we'll see how things go down into round 17. As we jump into game at hand again. We got a couple of AKs for you, Sid, here. Bits of util. Ready to spill some blood. Let's see what they can do, Emp. It's time. It's time to duel, though. It's time to get down to business and have a fun time doing it. Good setup into the defaults for you, Sid, here. Just waiting things out, using their utility to clear space. And now they're making moves in there.
Alright, a little bit of utility play here coming from Monash. They are recognizing their ins and outs. And W's just wants to go in. The vision denial is huge, and he does get the spray. W's making it work, but the flank has caught them all. And now W's in a great place to be in. Is looking away though. Gotta be careful. Alright, let's get the timing. Great flick out. And he's gonna get another one. He is just eating them all, and that is the value W's finally provide. Gotta say, was a little bit worried from that opening. They had no claim to that mid, but then somehow they just decided, you know what? Let's quickly cut off mid, push with raw numbers, just inflate the area with the rest of our flashes and smokes, and I'll provide the rest. You know, W's just said, I'll give my life to the cause. 21 kills next to his name. Double digits on UCID, and this could be something that they've been waiting for because Monash is on an eco.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a saving grace for him, Emp. You know, it's been a rough time ahead, but this is kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel for them. And curious to see how it's going to go down. Zach Joe, close angle, might work out, but LZ right around with the Mac 10 and might be able to farm up the cash. There we go. Clash begins, traded by 5+1 though. Might be able to get the weapon. They're going a long distance approach. It works out for 5+1, not for long though. These CTs are just running out like it's an apocalypse right now. Trying to hunt down the players one after the other. UCCC might be able to stop this plan if they find the right angle. Not today though. Well, in fact, after they will. Oh, hello. Looking a lot better. W's 1v1. They can hear those steps. Ooh, they can hear that. They found the angle. There it is! And it's 11. What a dangerous round it was, but they navigated it in the end to succeed. 7-11. And we take it one step deeper, Emp.
Could have been a very dangerous round on the side of UCID, but they recover. In the meantime, it is still not the full recovery. LZ is going to be the one to be leading the charge right now, looking for the frag entry. And Monash is still the same thing. Struggle streets when it comes down to weapon and utilities. But they will have to try to completely do the same thing. Park rank takes a little bit of nade damage down to 67. And anything could explode here. I feel like Monash, while they are reading this correctly, RNY doesn't really have anything. And they are going to be calling a Shoka gets taken down, and Team Master takes the others. LZ charging up, gets taken. He's just going to be providing the body value. And now in the 3v2, here comes the plant. And Monash is just going to be Zakjo and QCCC. If they choose to do nothing, it's going to be a little bit of a funky area to be in. But they know they don't have really too much of an entry in. So as they are going to try to go through, Nate does find Zakjo. Is trying to play this one as QCCC, playing the cross. There is the spray. First one up, the second one, and it's gonna be here for USIT as they go to 12. They have 5 opportunities to lock it in.
Lock it in, and we'll see if they are going to be able to do just that. Heading into round 20 now. Monash's economy in quite a rough state at the moment, but we'll see what they can do. They're looking to dig into the coffers. They're looking to take away whatever they can to give it their all in this round. And we are going to hit the ground running. You sit one step closer. A main already got a bit of action there. LZ's just pushing straight in. It doesn't even give a damn. I don't know what's going on there, Ev. That's what do you think about that one?
You know, when someone decides to just jump in with a with a cooking pot and then just bang the ladder against the cooking pot, ding ding, I'm here. I feel like that's what LZ was trying to do. So I guess it's a little bit of a confusion tactic that's going to be utilized on USIT, and they have been doing it quite well. Parkering picking a kill to even it up is also going to sweeten up this attack as well. Look at W's already made it to the side. They are all gonna be turning up here. Park Rain, he has given his life for the cause. They are gonna be locking the rest of Monash out of the site. Oh, hang on a second. That wasn't completely clear, so the bomb gets denied. And this is an awkward situation because W's has to wait. And while he's waiting, the rest of Monash, they are gonna be looking to just deny here. W's, not too much more cover ready, but he's gonna be just fine. Now, how much does he get in this value? Meanwhile, Justin taking a ton of damage. Team Master is gone. Here comes the flash. My God, he's doing everything he can. He's gonna be the play. QCCC gets taken first. The defuse. Zakjo, he is gonna be just fine. And Monash defend.
That they will. They're going to be able to keep themselves on the board here. Round 21. Still match point for USID, but Monash getting one step closer now. Taking a timeout. Interesting. So, going to be... Yeah, the timeout coming through there. That's interesting. We'll see what they can make of that. I guess it's good to take times like this. You know, even if USID are expected to have an eco out of this one, most likely. They're looking to ponder on, I suppose, the long game out of this one. So, there you go.
I'm a little bit surprised by it, but I guess when you do want to slow it down, it also means that it gives a little bit of uncertainty into the area as well. Because USID, on a round of eco, Park Ring is going to be the exception. They can be looking to execute a really fast one, so mistakes could definitely be on the board. Just depends on what's going to be on the mind of USID. Meanwhile, we got to rethink what's going to be the play. As the stack is going to be coming in. LZ, first one up. Just wants those information, wants the kills. W is finding the kills. QCCC also gone. But 3 players, oh my God. It's just going to be 5+1. It is a quick one. Monash knew. That's why they called for this quick pause. But now all of a sudden, a whole UCT without guns. 5+1 just says, just do it. Give me something. It's going to be GG. UC taking it 13-8, and it is a great match.
It sure is, Emp. All good things must come to an end, and so too was that matchup. So incredible stuff in the works there. It was so close, so compelling all the way through. Definitely excited, yeah, for what's to come from the teams there. They've done some great work, and just pumps you up, seeing a good matchup like that, doesn't it? Especially on a map we don't see that much anymore. So love to see it. Big shout out to our players. We'd love to hear that, and definitely keen to see how things go down into the future. But Emp, what a way to yeah, finalize the evening there. Like it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. If we look at the how can we like think about tonight? Tonight we started with an explosion of 2 quick games, and the third one, brought us back into reality that every competitor here is really good. And then looking at the final result, look at that. 13-3 UOM over Adelaide University, 13-2 unanimous W over RMIT, 13-10 UTS against Swinburne, and the final one, UC 13-8 over Monash. It is a little bit crazy.
Absolutely. Like it's just been a night of bangers, hasn't it? Like you go from, I suppose, one extreme to the other, right? Where there was some pretty fast-paced games, and then it's all onwards to the close games at the end. And honestly, I love to see it. I love to see it. And yeah, it's just great to see how it's all turned out tonight. But you know what? Imp? Let's see how it really turned out tonight. Let's see what everything looks like here. Talk me through it.
Wow. Looks like, we have our final standings. UTS locking down to the first seed. USIT over Unanimous W because of the head-to-head match. And then third seed, Unanimous W. There is going to be a fourth one. UOM, they are in because it was starting to look a little bit crazy into the mid bracket. But because of that one, because of USIT versus Monash now out. They are locked in onto the fifth. Adelaide on 6, RMIT 7, Swinburne 8th place. And that is really huge. Adelaide over RMIT due to the head-to-head as well. And I gotta say, I never thought we had this kind of a play-in, but we are gonna get it.
We sure are, Amp. We are gonna get it, and it is gonna be great. What a great night we've had, and these are our standings. These are their stories. And definitely great to see how it all turned out tonight. I think it's been just fantastic all through the season, honestly. But you know what else is fantastic? AGON by AOC. We love AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. It's time to get yourself a snack at the end of the night. And who are you going to turn to for that snack?
It is Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Vigorine will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Oh yeah, check them out. We love our sponsors. Make sure you check them out, but make sure you also check out AU Esports League on X, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. Check it out. We got all the content. If you want to follow along with our league, CS2, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, you name it, we got it. We got the high school leagues as well. Stay tuned for them. Coming up later. But in terms of tonight, we are going to be done and dusted, everybody. We're going to be back same time next week with our playoffs. Get keen for that, everybody. This is where the real business starts to unwind here. So, very excited for what's to come and can't wait for all of you to watch along with us. We'll see you then.